And I'm live. All right. I'm getting better at this. I am getting better at this because it's only 7:05. Usually I say 7 and I end up here at 7:15, 7:20. So we're getting better at this. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to the barbers in the barbershops. Shout out to the beauticians in the beauty salons. Shout out to the farmers, them on the farms. Whatever it is you do, shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Monday morning. Today is September 15th, 2025, and we are happy to be here. We feel good. We have a lot to be thankful for. Because nothing wrong in our life. It's all good. All right. We know say it don't always stay the same, but we're enjoying the moment. Enjoying the moment. I'm feeling quite celebratory this morning as well, given how things went over the weekend at the World Championships and Jamaica is back on top and all these things that we're going to talk about this morning. Sarah, big up yourself. Let me shout out some people in the chat this morning before we get started. Now, as we go this morning, we are using StreamYard, and I'm going to share the link soon. So whoever wants to join me on screen can join me on screen. The rule is, if you join me on screen, you must be a part of the conversation. Don't just be on screen and just sit down, so, right? Be a part of the conversation. Or, you know what? Come say hi if you want to say hi. That too. No, let's not be so strict. What else? Yeah, let me shout out some people this morning before we get started and get into our topics. We have a lot to talk about this morning. This is an early live, so we can start it early, so we can end it early. Shout out to the early birds, them. This one is for you. We're probably going to be about 2.5 to 3 hours long this morning. Another lengthy morning thoughts, if we get that long. So, penals. Listen, um, I'm supposed to say this name another way, but me no remember. You know me, I get hold of me head, they get a water. So I don't remember how it's supposed to be said, but I'm gonna keep on going with penals 1, 2, 3. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Devin Gale, the chat's open this morning for subscribers only, not just for members only. Members are in green, subscribers are in black names. So everybody in here this morning, all right? That means if you're not at least a subscriber to the channel, you can't be a part of this chat this morning. And we give back this morning. All right. Devin Gale, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Rosalind Smichael, Audrey Wright's in the building. Patricia Jackson is with us. Patricia, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Audrey said, hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live, please, and thanks. It helps us. It helps us to get these videos to trend so other people know that we are here. YouTube kind of look at your thumbs up like this. If nobody hit the thumbs up, YouTube is like, yeah, I know he was on for like 2 hours, but there was barely any engagement from the people who watched. So let's put it down at the bottom of the list. Somebody else do a live, everybody hit the thumbs up. The algorithm says this is something people are really interested in. So they put those videos at the forefront, right? So sometimes we video them get lost because everybody watch it, enjoy it, LOL in the comments and calling and all that, but they forget to hit the thumbs up button. So they get buried. Just to tell you how the algorithms work. So if you're in here passing by, hit the thumbs up button for us, please. Help us to trend and continue to grow. All right. Audrey, big up yourself again. Thank you. Miss Goldie Robinson, thank you. Yvonne Walford is with us this morning. Lovely Anika. Lovely Anika is in the building this morning, bright and early. Lovely Anika is one of my fellow content creators. She's right here. If you see her name in the chat, hit Lovely Anika up. Go over to her channel, subscribe. We cross-promote. Spread the love. Keep it in the family. And thank you, Lovely Anika, for being here with us. All right, Let's Bond TV. 5 Up is in the building, bright and early. The brother you go work early, you know, so early hours are theme hours, right? Simon G is in the building with us. If I'm not calling your name because your name is in black, then pardon me. but I can't call out everybody's name. Michelle Graham, thank you for being here. Big up yourself. Evelina Whitaker, thank you for being here. Big up yourself. Audrey there, Charlotte's Law, big up yourself. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you for being here. Let me see. BM is here. Marvelous Kelly is in the building with us this morning. Virtuous Fire is with us this morning. Bloodman TV is in the building. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kirk is in the building with us. Oh God, Mervyn. Mervyn, I haven't checked my email yet. Oh gosh. I'm going to make it a point to do that today. I know I said that the last time, but I swear I will check the email today. All right. I'm sorry. My bad. I'll get to it. Karen Notice is with us this morning. Roland Richards, thank you for tuning in. Great goodies. Big up yourself. You're in the building. Elaine Brown says, morning, uncle. Morning, Elaine. Thank you for being here. Let's One TV. Sean Cassell. Sean is in the building with us. Sean, big up yourself. Julie Tapper. Sarah Caliente. Sarah is in the building with us this morning, all the way from Australia. No, big up yourself, Sarah. I've been seeing you. Nisha is in the building with us this morning. Big up yourself as well. Trini L. Bay. Big up yourself, Trini L. Bay, and big up the Trini family all together. BM, thank you for being here as well. Elaine Turner is with us. Bridget Welby is with us this morning as well. OC is in the building with us this morning as well. Marilyn Grant says, morning, SouFLo and everyone, and please hit the like or thumbs up button as you enter the live. Gabion, thank you. Happy belated birthday. I appreciate that. Thank you. Michelle Bradshaw says, good morning and happy birthday month. So everybody else who is celebrating their birthday in this month, all the Virgo them roll out. Lorraine Bradley, Takea White, London Boy. London Boy, I seen you in a minute. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Senior Sexy is with us this morning. Thank you for being here as well. One lovely Aneka said, let's go back to pausing the live till we like the video. So we can watch them leave. No, we have to wait till the topic get real interesting. Now we get in at the middle line, then we just pause, right? Elaine Turner says 100 dash. We said kudos to the 1-2 punch at the track and field, Poppy. At least I still have a little faith in JA Sports. Up, up, up. We're going to get into all that right now. Junior Copeland, thank you for being here with us this morning. All right. Let me go ahead and share the link. Copy right there. It has been copied. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the live right here. Paste it right there. That is the link for if you want to join me on screen. Now go over here, so go pin it at the top of the chat. The link is pinned for those who want to join on screen. If you're not brave up yet and you're not brush your teeth, wash your face, and no one show yourself yet, then that is okay. All right. It's great to catch the live. Sarah, I know, right, Sarah? These hours and our time difference, because you're in Australia, we're here, 2 different time zones completely. Great to have you here. Clean D says, I'm happy you're here early. Jamaica to the flipping world. All right, so this is what we have on the board this morning. Some pretty interesting things. I know I said I was going to go live over the weekend, but to be honest with you, I didn't want to be depressed over the weekend. And one of them topic there that we were going to discuss was super depressive. You know, you work all week, and then you have like a day and a half to decompress. Mental health is super important. Taking your mental health seriously is super important. Sometimes you push yourself and go too much, you know, and I'm guilty of that because I'm one of those people that are like, go. So as much as I wanted to go live, I think I put up a video that said I wasn't going to do it but the real reason was because the topic was going to be about depression. And then the next topic was going to be a child is never responsible and a child is never to be blamed, which was stemming from where we left off with that brother who called in, who said, if a child get touched up by an adult, then the child needs to kill the adult and kill themselves and all kind of something like that, or he's going to hold it against the child. And we said that even when the child is a man, he's still going to hold it against the child, even though it's something that happened when that person was a child. And we said, yo, this is something that we need to really talk about, because he wasn't the only person that think like that. A lot of people in our culture think like that. I remember when that particular person, which was Major Hype, because he bring Major Hype name over here, which was Major Hype, put out that things had happened to him as a child. I remember people like Footer Hype even, and a bunch of others. You know, Footer Hype has a following. So some things he says, people go with it. Like, yeah, man, I true the boss, I talk, man. So I wanted people to know that there are a lot of people in our culture who think that way, you know? And I thought that that was something we need to have a discussion about. So we come to an understanding, or we educate some people that children are never to be blamed in those situations and they are never wrong. Me never feel for going to all that this weekend. So I didn't do it. But we're going to touch on those this morning, though. Depression and the child situation, those. But along the lines, we have two different stories of two different tourists in two different incidents that went to Jamaica recently and died in Jamaica in two different events or two different occasions, two different situations. We're going to talk about both of them. One of them is a clear cut, well, seems like a clear cut accident. The other one, the family is gunning for justice, and they have put out a long list of stuff that went wrong and why Jamaica is the shits of the pits, pardon my language, won't say that again, and that things need to be better, and they're gonna sue somebody and all kind of something. So we're gonna get into those as well this morning. Um, oh man, the time is flying. Come, mommy. Hi, Shuggy. Oh, say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. You off to school, mommy? Yeah. Give me my hug. Give me my love. I love you. Daddy, come pick you up, okay? Okay, so yeah, I'm too tall now to do. I'm too tall to do. I'm too tall to do outfit check because I'm a big girl. You so tall. What's this under your chin right here? All right, show your shoes, mommy. Girly shoes, girly shoes. All right, jump. Pretty face, get pretty smile. All right, say bye-bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
All right. Daddy, see you soon, okay?
Can you give me some chips?
You want me to get you some chips? You have the chips already. Do you want me to bring them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring them when I come get you, okay? All right. Come, Papa. Give me love up. I love you.
Bye.
All right. Have a good day. Say hi to my audience.
Hi.
Hi and bye.
Bye.
Have a good day, Pop. I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Kind of do no outfit check. Kai's like, hi, bye. All right. The kids are off to school now. Wifey is here this morning, so she's gonna drop them off, and then we'll go pick them up later. We get a break this morning, as in if she's here for those times, she'll do it, and if she's not, then because sometimes she leave from like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. So all that is left up to me. That's why the live time we start the live fluctuates. It varies based on what real life events are taking place. See? All right. I know most of you know this, but there are people here who don't know this. So see that. SouFLo and his kids, so adorable. Blue Sapphire. Me, I done my job, my friend. Me no want God beat me. Anyway, it took a year for priors answered. So of course we're going to talk about Oblique Seville, and of course we're going to talk about Clayton Thompson, and of course we're going to talk about how the community, especially Oblique, the community he comes from in Jamaica, and what they had to say about him finally becoming world champion. Right? There's a young lady. Well, can't say young lady. She's a child. There's a Jamaican student athlete who passed away recently during practice. Now, as somebody who ran track and field myself for many years, it's this one right here kind of hit home to me. The athletes out of Jamaica, anybody in here who did track and field athletics, who did athletics in Jamaica, can tell you, sir, at a school level, we train hard. We train hard. It's no secret why Jamaica has some of the best athletes in the world. We never just born like that, well, maybe we are. Maybe we are gifted in that way as well. And it have to do with our air and our food and the cultural mix of things were put together to form this perfection. So we are able to, I mean, the world is trying to figure out how does this little island in the middle of the Caribbean Sea just dominate the world. And remember, at one time we had the fastest women in the world, the fastest men in the world. And you're talking about competing against first world nations who have more money to spend, more advanced technology to train with, more advanced research in science and how to develop athletes and to be stronger, faster, and still can't beat it. A part of that comes with some hard-rotted training. I remember running track and field in Jamaica, even as little as I was. And I tell even my kids now that they do athletics, I say, if you never ran until your heart was in your mouth, literally, like you did, I got dead, you don't know what it is to push yourself to the limit, because that's how they pushed us. And then, of course, came to the US and kept running track and field, and it was the same thing. So based on that, we're going to talk about the hard, grueling training, the grueling training in the pursuit of greatness, the grueling training that these student athletes go through. We see them when they shine. We see them when they hit the big stage. We don't see the work that goes in and how early they start going through this, So this young lady, her name is Tanisha Gale. You can go look up Tanisha Gale. 15 years old, passed away during a training session. And funny enough, she is from the same school that the Clayton twins come from. Now, the Clayton twins, one of them, which is Tina, she just also went to the World Championships. And I think Tia didn't make it, but Tina did. And Tina also, in the women's 100 meters, brought home silver for Jamaica and also created history in the same space of time. So we're going to talk about all these things this morning. I want you to choose where we start. Please don't start with the depression. I want you to choose where we start. Do you want to start with the tourists them that passed away? Or do you want to start with the student athlete? Or do you want to start with Kishane and Oblique? It's up to you. Yes, big up to Edwin Allen. And it's a Clarendon thing too. My sister went to Edwin Allen. It's unheard of Jamaica coming in 1, 2, 3 like they are the only ones competing greatness. Yeah, that is something huge. That's why they started looking at us even closer. Hey, you gotta randomly test these Jamaican athletes. Ain't no way they coming in 1, 2, 3 off that small island. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
Before you get started, I also want to big up the Reggae Boys because they just win against Trinidad in the World Cup 2026.
Reggae Boys.
Yes, them just win against Trinidad, and they're on a winning streak right now.
Right, World Cup qualifier.
Yes.
Right, them not reach World Cup yet. World Cup qualifier.
No, them on their way, but we want to big them up because they need it.
All right. True that.
All right. Now go back in the chat.
All right. That's Marie's message, 411 TV. I didn't see her that she tuned into the chat. If you find Marie in here, click her name and go over to her channel as well. She's on YouTube as a fellow content creator as well. And share the love and keep it in the family. All right. So I ask who want to go first. I have Oblique and Kishane. Taurus, Tia, okay, Taurus, Oblique, Kishane, Taurus, track and field, Taurus, Kush, and track and field look like it's winning. Track and field, Nisha, hail up. Them giving a physical, play sports. All right, a track and field, track and field. I think we're gonna go with track and field this morning, starting off, right? All right. 10 bags of chips. We are all all that and 10 bags of chips, Audrey. Remember a track and field it's going to be. Remember the brother that said Jamaica is a big deal. Everybody else is small fries, and when I say is a small fry and side orders. Here's that Jamaica is a big deal. Everybody else is small fries and side order. So if you think about like you go to KFC, go order your meal, you know, you get the big deal meal, and then everything else is a small fry and side order. So that came into play yesterday. I was like, yeah, we back to bragging again. Did y'all see Noah? Did y'all see Noah Lyles? No. Okay, let me make no mistake about this because I don't want people to take this the wrong way. I've said this on this platform before. I root for Noah Lyles. I really like Noah Lyles as an athlete. I like Jonelto in Uman, but I like Noah as an athlete, right? I like his braggadocious ways. I like him boastiness, all that. His level of confidence. Because if you don't boost up yourself, who's going to boost you up? You can't go out here competing at top world level trying to be like the most humblest, quietest person. That only lasts for so long. Plus, it's good showmanship. It brings some excitement to the game. So, Noah, we don't wish you bad, but just know that if Jamaicans are in the race, then I'm not betting on you, my bro. I'm going to be going with the Jamaicans, right? But if not Jamaican in the race and a Noah, then America may live. So I'm going to naturally bet on Noah, right? So we cheer for two teams until them two teams collide, and then we take side. I saw it go. Understood? All right. Noah was talking a lot of stuff. In the heat, he was like, and basically come out and say, you know, Seville look nervous, but look nervous backstage. He said, I knew that was gonna happen because he had a late start, fumbled, but the way how Oblique Seville had the late start, fumbled, came back and caught everybody and still passed them unqualified. I knew he was going to do something great. I didn't know it was going to be 1-2, but listening to Usain Bolt, did y'all see Usain there? Usain said this is the first time ever that he is now able to actually watch from the stands and be a spectator instead of being involved in some way as an athlete or something. So, boy, Usain the up there. Usain predicted it though. Before the races, he said Jamaica is going for a 1-2. That's what I'm predicting is going to happen. It's going to be gold and silver. I'm going to say, yo, that big. Gold and silver. All right, let's bring it. By the way, Jamaica has not won gold in the men's 100 meters since Usain Bolt retired, which is over 8 years ago, right? We're going 9 years. We're pushing up more than a decade ago. So, of course, those of us who grew up in to see the heyday of Jamaica ruling the track, we're like, damn, is our sprint dynasty over? Is this where it's at for us? Like we're not gonna dominate again. So thank you to Kashane Thompson and thank you to Oblique Seville. We are back on top and we have the right to brag about it because Jamaica do it in a style, you know, my friend. And I like so we do second and third, you know. It's first and second, which tells me say if I wait there, we didn't need one more. But it's okay. It's okay. If we had swept them, we would have been back to the broom people. First, second, and third. But it's coming. It's coming. I saw some great talent out there, which lets me know that Jamaica's sprint future is in great hands. We're gonna be all right, right? Them can't brag pound with it too long. Jamaica is a threat. They have to say the Jamaicans are coming. The Jamaicans are you sure you're gonna be able to do that? Like how Noah brags a lot and he was like, I got this. This is my race. Somebody should always be asking, are you sure? Because Jamaicans are in it. It's kind of like the Grammys with the Marleys. Reggae, Grammy, if just don't bother just put a name out there and say so and so is going to win. You have to ask the question first. Are there any Marleys in there? If them say yes, it's a safe bet to bet on the Marleys. If them not in there, ask which one of the projects them any of the Marleys produced. If it's up for nomination, because if it is, and the Marley them not in there to collect it, that project that they put in there to collect, that's the same way for Jamaica when it comes to this athletic. Hey, me feel good enough. Me show off this morning, you know. Matter of fact, me about on the shirt, see the little but with talawa. You understand? For those of you who don't know what that means, it means we're tiny, you know, we're small, but we're big in our real life, though. We're strong, we're talawa, we're unstoppable, all these things. Yeah, so it's a good look. It's a really, really good look. Let's go to Oblique Seville's community, where he comes from. And I'm going to read this little article for you. In the meantime, let me say this, though. When Oblique Seville first appeared at the Olympics, I had no idea who he was. If you go back to his first Olympic appearance, I had no idea who he was. And they had put him to run in a race where I think he ran one of the leg of the relay. And we end up lose. And I was like, me a cussing up. So I said, who the hell is this? And who this them putting at the race? Boy, ain't gonna lie. Jamaica ride for Oblique, man. They've been riding for him for the longest. He should be proud. You know what I mean? The people, they made me take that video down. I've told this story before. They made me take, and I took that video down immediately. There are 2 videos of 2 persons that I've ever taken down immediately off this channel. And one was for Yannick, the diva. Yannick, what's her name? Yannick Diva. She did do a show, and the show was supposed to be like family-oriented show, but she was going on with a bunch of things that I thought was X-rated. And I was like, what kind of something like this, blah, blah, blah. I get one bag of yo, left the woman alone. You know, I must say, foreign, you're there, I don't know how Jamaica run again, this, that, and the other. So I was like, yeah, maybe I did say a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't have said out loud like that. So me take down that one day. Oblique Seville, when I said, who the hell is this? Who put him here? I don't even know who the boy is. Yo, hey, SouFLo, go SYM. Yo, youth, you see, if you're not big up the little youth, don't call him name, man. Big disrespect. Somebody finally said, SouFLo, just go look up who he is. And them send me a bunch of links. And they're like, he is Jamaica's sprint future. So I said, all right, me take it down. So I took the video down. And I was rooting for him ever since, right? And then I got to see him mature into where he is now. So big up to Oblique. He's come a long way, and he represented us well, represent himself well, because he even ran a personal best to win that gold medal. You know what I mean? Marie is on platform with us this morning. Marie, big up yourself. Sound off, let me hear you, Marie.
I'm representing this morning.
All right, you're in your full.
Yes, you see?
Your flag, your shirt.
Yes, I have my flag and my shirt.
You say full colors.
Jamaica to the world.
Jamaica to the world. Wait, the Mario, how me and you look like we might have been relatives, so.
You know what?
Wait, now Clarendon you come from?
Yeah.
Lord
Mapen.
Lord God. Wait. Jamaica not big enough.
We might be.
Yeah, Jamaica is not big. Hold on, they're live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, brother. What go on?
Yeah, man. A quick thing, you say, you say, the boy, them will wear the brown uniform for Christian at that school, they used to go, you know.
Oblique Seville?
Yeah, man, Christian, he used to go home and then in transfer. To follow champs. Yeah, home then used to go and then in transfer from home go Calabar and I just wake up big time.
Ah, yeah, Homewood.
Yeah, in transfer from.
Homewood is known for producing champions.
Uniform, them and go Calabar.
Homewood is known for producing champions, you know. Calabar too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he go for this, and then when he graduate, when he leave Calabar, he go pro same time at 19.
And that's what I saw him in the Olympics.
Yeah. Because people who don't follow the thing big time, she wouldn't know say him is just like 23 right now.
Right. You know.
Yeah.
True. All right, so thanks for putting us up to game.
Yeah, man.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
All right, and big up to Homewood Tech as well. Yeah, knocks the right down the street from Dessa. So last year, August, Nestcastle St. Thomas, from which Oblique Seville hails, prayed that he would win gold at the Paris Olympics. That's when he was there. Although disappointed that he did not, they did not give up hope. Now, this story right here about Oblique community where he's from, right? One thing about Jamaica is, boy, when you start to make a little way for yourself in life, a whole heap of responsibility get heaped on your shoulders, you know? Because right now, the community is basically looking at Oblique. They're talking about how he was raised, him grew up in the church, and him was a little kid that couldn't sit still because him didn't have whole heap of extra energy. Them said, these are the elders speaking from the community, you know. They said he used to sprint all the way to church and sprint all the way back home from church.
So
Which is
so slow. He was like he was like the underdog that proved everybody wrong.
he was the underdog that proved everybody wrong, even me. And I'm not afraid to say it because when I saw him, I said, okay, so if you look at Johan Blake, if you look at Usain Bolt, if you look at Asafa Powell, if you look at all the guys that came before this era, them guys are big and strong and tall and muscly. Usain is the tallest sprinter they ever had. He's 6'6". You know what I mean? So when Oblique came, he was like, I'm saying, who is this little picnic? Even now, he still looks like a kid to me. If him tell me say high school him they are doing last year, I would believe him. Because he still look like a kid and him don't look threatening on the track at all. But he definitely is a threat. He's proven to us now he's a threat.
You underestimated him.
I did. I certainly did underestimate him. I was rooting for him just because them cussed me out from a long time and I learned my lesson and then had to go do my research and find out who he was, right? And then why the coach them was saying what we're banking on him so much. Because the coaches were like, this is him. He's that guy. You will see. Give him a minute. And I'm like, nah, me no know. But you know, if championship are going, you naturally just take to your side. So anywhere I see the Jamaican flag, I just take to the side. But I honestly can't say, but it no same I'm gonna do it, you know. It wasn't until recently I developed that confidence in him. You know what I mean? And no lie, he came out this year firing heavy because he was the guy. He was the guy this year. Him and Kashane. I think Kashane holds the fastest time in the world this year for the 100. Is it Kashane or is it Oblique? Either way, the following is a republication of the article, which I'm going to get into right here for you, a little bit about him from his community. So, several relatives and family friends gathered at Nest Castle Sanctified Church, which is his church, after the service to watch and support Seville in the finals using their cell phones to stay up to date with the highly anticipated final. However, their optimism quickly changed to sudden disappointment as they watched Seville cross the line in 8th place. That's when I saw him. And I said, damn, who this them put in the race to represent Tweed? So I wasn't the only one that was disappointed. His whole community was disappointed as well. Anyways, they said they prayed and they waited for, you know, country people. They prayed and they waited on the Lord, and the Lord has answered their prayers. We're still happy for him, they said at the time, because at least he was there. He made it there, and that's like the next level, next stage, which tell us him have potential and he'll do it one day. They still had faith in him. Now, in the meantime, Seville's cousin, Carol Witten, who was also at the church during the time of the race, told the Jamaica Observer in an interview that they did that he was shocked to see his cousin come last, especially after what he described as an exceptional run in the semifinals, in the heats leading up to the finals of the championship. However, he did say that based on his observation of the final, he believed that his cousin, which is Seville, did look injured, but he was like trying to mask the injury, be a tough guy, like don't cry about it, run through it. What you get, you get. You know what I mean? It's the finals. You can't show up and then cry. You show up, you do your best, and then you go off to heal, kind of thing. So he's still young. He has more to offer, and y'all will be seeing him again, was what they said then. Reflecting on his upbringing now, Witten said that, yeah, he was destined to be that guy. He was destined to be who he is now. He's 23 years old now, and he has always been running. They don't remember him not running. He's a run from him a baby, just run everywhere and run all over the place. Oblique grew up going to church, and they describe him as very nimble, He was always moving around, even when he's in church. And when he's coming to church and when he's going home from church, more running again. So he was always moving and he was like a hyperactive child. Witten said that Seville's journey started when he joined the track and field team at Cedar Valley Primary School, which he showcased his speed from an early age. And he added that Seville's journey so far is a massive boost for Newcastle, pointing out that his exploits, his winnings, would lead to more opportunities for the other young youths in that community who also have talent as well. They must say a whole heap of talent around here, but people just don't see us because we are a country community tucked away in the back of God back, around this one. So we have other talents here, he said, like good footballers and stuff. But Oblique is that person who can put the community in the spotlight so that people can know about us from here, from where we're at, and can attract future assistance for us here in Newcastle. Hear this now. He can attract future help for us, like better roads and water supply and more eyes on the talents that we have here. So all better road and water supply now, you know. I forgot to take it up on himself. It's kind of like Popcorn and St. Thomas. I don't know if y'all seen Popcorn out there. There was a ditch that needed to be cleaned. The ditch back up for years and it was causing flooding in the area. And the government was running around. So Popcorn actually organized his own people and paid for the equipment, the bulldozer them and the digger and the commercial grade equipment for them to go out there. And they went out there, cleared the ditch, fixed up the road and everything like that for themselves. What that says is we always have a responsibility to give back, especially if we're one of those who come from a community where the community did raise us. You know what I'm saying? I know you alone. It's not you alone. It's never
It's
you alone. Yeah.
SouFLo. I was thinking about something while you were reading about his history and his background. And I thought about something. These athletes, don't you think that the support that they get from their community, from their family, even on the day that they are supposed to compete, to have somebody in the stands cheering for them, all of that in the background, I think also helped to boost them to win. It motivates them. Yes, I personally think the more support you have, and it's not just financial support, it's having your family backing you, having your community cheering you on. Yeah. I have ran track, and the days when I would get out there on the field and I look in the stands and I don't see no family members, nobody. And I'm just out there by myself. It's like it's up to me now.
It breaks your motivation.
Yes, it messes with your psyche.
Yes, it does.
But you have to know, you have to now know how to rechannel yourself and say, in spite of all of that that's happening around me, how bad do I really want this?
Yeah, and for those who do have that extra support, if you notice, they go an extra mile. They go harder because they have that extra support.
Because they have that support.
Yeah, they do. The person who is cutting your orange them and putting some glucose on it for you, the person who is preparing your breakfast on the morning of a track meet, the
person bringing you the water.
Yeah, it's
making sure you're hydrated.
Yeah, the other kids in your community who are big you up every time you win a race, or even big you up when you lose
even your team members. The support that you guys have, it's like if you have a good support team and a connection with each other as a team, that also helps to motivate you.
Yeah, but to stay on task though, talk about like person, like outside of the track world, like who raised you? You know what I mean? Who raised you? Because what we're talking about here is now they're looking at him like, well, he just became world champion, so the road them round here want fix, and we want running water and stuff. So some people are looking at it like,
now we have a champion that come from this community, and look at what the community look like. That's not a representation of a champion living in the community.
Yeah, but that's not how they're looking at it. They're looking at it more like he can get some attention to them now, so they can get some help.
Oh, okay.
Champions come from everywhere. You know what I mean? A lot of poor communities still look poor from where many great people have came from, and even after they have gone on to live in rich communities and mansions and gated communities and yachts and private.
Well, jets, I hope they're not just
the same where they came from.
SouFLo, I hope they're not just supporting him just to get attention to their community, to get roads and stuff. I hope that that's not the only reason why the community is backing him and supporting him.
Yeah, I don't think so though, because this is, well, you never know. I don't know, but I hope so too. I hope so too, because I thought about it when I was reading the article, and you know, but I don't know if they would be that brave to come out and start talking about how him was as a child, you know, and we grow him, you know, and I feel with little boy and stuff, when he's probably like, I don't know none of these people. Because when me did not try, none of them never even would have helped me. But now that me a world champion, them a talk about road and water and must come give back and all these things. It could be. You don't never know. I'm just trying to keep a positive spin on it because his cousin, his family member did the interview and they went to the church for it as well. But you know, it's there already. Jamaica is like this, right? They don't believe in you. A lot of the times, Jamaicans don't believe in you until you actually win big. If you're struggling to make it, you're hard pressed to get some real support, and it's a fight going uphill. But then when you blow up, it's like a long time me I support you, you know. Yeah, man, I did tell you you're gonna make it.
Family members and friends come out the woodwork.
Yeah. I mean, we could even use examples like a Bob Marley. Bob Marley, the biggest example. Jamaica never really did into Bob like that, except for like a certain section of people. Bob wasn't no big nothing like that until after he was embraced overseas, after he became something big across the world. Then Jamaicans were like, yeah, man, I feel with Bob Marley that. And then after he died is when he became really, really big, like solidified.
And then his half brothers and sisters from his father's side, they started speaking out, which I didn't even know that he had brothers and sisters until they started speaking out.
Yeah, exclusive gems for Busy Mother says it's really bad. It says it's really bad because what if international media wants to interview him? How is it going to look on Jamaica with no roads and water? It's whole heap of communities in Jamaica don't have no roads and water at this time. So it might help to put some light over there. And I'm sure that right now the political figures that are in power, they're probably racing to that community too to pave the roads and put water in, because that's how it works, right? Election come on, who never get water before get it, who win world medal, so next thing you know, because it's all about.
SouFLo, is that community a PNP? Is that community a PNP or a JLP?
They didn't say, and I didn't have time to look it up. I didn't have time to look it up either.
Boy.
Yeah, they didn't say, and I didn't have time to look it up either. But yeah, man, that's how we do. Jump on the bandwagon, you know. Roland Richards says, why is his responsibility for the community to get road and water? What happened to the area representative? That's Jamaica for you, my friend. This is one of the biggest problem with us, you know. We don't hold the politicians accountable. We prefer see us do it ourselves, and we big up each other. Look on SouFLo, him out the road and mix mall, I full up the
We would
pothole.
rather pressure our family to do certain things than pressure the politicians.
Right.
Who we put in office.
Who we elected. And that is their job, and they're not doing it. And the same people will vote them in again and again and again, you know, even though they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So yeah, many places in Jamaica, including where I'm from, still don't have running water like most of the houses where I'm from. And we have even more. Everybody have nice house up in the hills, but running water, like you turn on your shower and water come out of the shower, you must have a personal tank at your house, and you must have done that yourself. But as far as government making sure each household has running water, it's still a no-go for even where I'm from. The roads where I'm from are terrible. I did videos while I was there to show you, if you drive and drop over some of these precipices, then God help you, because it's sure death. Some deep falls. There's not even a little guardrail to say might be able to catch a vehicle or something. You're between a mountain and a small road that's full of potholes and a steep drop. And that's how it is. And that's Jamaica for you today. You know?
SouFLo.
Yeah.
So many people across the island complain about not having water when this is an island surrounded by water. That always puzzled me, number one. Number two, could it be that it's because they haven't found a way to charge the people for the water? Why the water is not available?
No, they know how to charge the people for the water. Because people have water rate. It's just that's a way to control people. It's a way to control people, starve them, and then give them things they need slowly. Yeah, think about it like this: if they give us everything, if they give us everything, then the next election that comes around is gonna be like, what more can you promise them? Them have everything already.
So they breadcrumb you.
They breadcrumb you. But back to this though. Yeah.
Back to track. What happened to that young lady that was caught on camera in the airport being abusive to her partner?
We're gonna get into. Oh, you're talking about the American runner.
Yeah.
She's out there. She ran in the 100. We'll get to it because she did place in the 100, but she didn't win. So we'll get to all that. But a few athlete them time now. So let's give Kashane his just due as well, right? So it's Oblique Seville for the gold, Kashane Thompson for the silver, put Jamaica back on top. Jamaica's men's sprint legacy is in full action again, solidified. We're at the top. We are the people to beat. We are the people. And then this is leading up into other big meets that will be happening, then leading up to the next Olympics. The question now is, will Oblique Seville be able, and Kashane, be able to stay injury-free and compete at Olympic level and come away with gold and silver again?
Is there any Africans competing?
Oblique Seville and Kashane Thompson? I'm saying
no.
I hope they are able to stay healthy, and then yes, so that they can compete, because they're both I don't want to say they're injury prone, but they have both been plagued with injuries over the course of their careers, both of them. So so in order to compete at that level, you have to be injury free, right? Right. So one step at a time. We're proud right now, and we just send a big out to them for that.
When is the next meet?
Moving into more track and field, but on a different level. There's a student in Jamaica at the same school, Edwin Allen, that passed away while she was in her practice. They were practicing and she died. practicing. This is scary for any parent who has a child that does athletics, especially if you yourself have done athletics to a certain level. You know the strains. Like Murray, you remember running, and you remember running to try to win and to try to be the best and training hard. Do you remember how your heart did feel like it got? I don't know if you ever
My
trained
heart
this
used
hard.
to feel like it was jumping out of my body. Sometimes my lungs was like on fire. There were times when I would get Charlie horse, like my gluteus maximus
Serious cramps.
would just lock up on me, and I would just drop to my knees.
You ever feel the one where you're dry vomiting like nothing not coming up?
Yes, your
Headaches,
nothing coming up.
pounding headaches,
You just you're it's called dry heaving.
right, and nothing is coming up. Like, so students who train and train this hard, there's something see, when we talk about these things, some people will say we are trying going like say foreign of everything better than Jamaica, all these stuff. And again, to put it nicely, we just been outside and we've seen where things can get better. So we want these things at home as well. Now, 15-year-old Tanisha Gale, she collapsed and died at Edwin Allen while she was practicing. Now, when I watched the story, they said they were training really hard. They went to go sit down to take a break, and when the coach was like, "All right, come, get up, let's go again," she was the only one that couldn't get up. So the others our teammates tried to pick her up, and she was completely limp, dead. Like,
was it dehydration?
Non-responsive. So they rushed her over to the school medical. They rushed her to the school medical, and then the school medical assessed her unconscious. And there was no talk about any resuscitative, any measures being taken to bring her back or anything like that. So she was sent to the hospital next. Now, all this time, she unresponsive, So when I saw the story, I was thinking, damn, I wonder if Jamaica has these things in place. So I came up with a list, right? And these are some of the things, because I have children now that play sports. I have two boys that are seniors in high school. Both are getting ready to go off to play college ball next year. I have, and I myself have been down that route myself. So here's a list of 5 things at least that should be in place, right? Defibrillators on hand.
You took the words right out of my mouth, SouFlo. I was going to ask you, why don't they have a defibrillator? Because that's part of
about this particular case, there was none.
That's part of the first aid kit. You have to have a first aid kit, and that's one of the main things that you have to have is a defibrillator.
Yes.
It's part of the CPR.
Right. Hold on there. This comment right here. For some reason, the Jamaican diaspora wants the world to believe that Jamaica is just dormant and everyone faces the same issues. Didn't Flint, Michigan, Newark, New Jersey, Jefferson all had water issues? Jasenia, Colin, your comment sounds a bit condescending. Just to go off track a little bit, I'm gonna get back into the 5 things. Your comment sounds a bit condescending. No one from the diaspora wants the world to believe that Jamaica is just dormant and everyone faces the same issues. I don't know where you get that from, because as you land in Jamaica, and most Jamaicans will tell you, Jamaica has people who have no problems. If you're talking about who is wealthy or who is well-to-do or who has clean water at their disposal 24/7, 365, can lay up on the AC if they want to, have a nice beach view from the house, all these other things, river runs through their property, we have whole heap of them there. We have a lot of those.
How many times do you have to tell people that it's the rural areas. It's the country areas.
Let me address this, Marie. So, Jasenia, nobody is trying to have the world think that. Okay. The issues for water in Flint, Michigan, Newark, New Jersey, and all these other places you talk about, you're comparing the United States of America to Jamaica. And we don't do that here, first of all. Right? Now, hold on. I'll answer this in 1 second. Let me get my thoughts out my head first, then I'll answer the phone. You're comparing Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan has running water. Their running water was contaminated. That's a government issue, right? We are talking about communities that don't even have piping to get water to the citizens. So you're talking about people who are still walking with buckets for however long they have to go into the hills or down into the gully to drag water, or they have to set drums outside and hope that it rains, or some water truck has to come by and they have to buy water off of the truck and that kind of stuff. Totally different situation. I don't know if you're Jamaican or you far removed from what's happening in Jamaica, right? Then she says, yes, you couldn't even congratulate our athletes without the extra baggage. It's as if Jamaica must be reminded that problems define us. That's how you're taking it. That's how you're taking it. Nobody isn't taking it like that but you. We still have problems that need to be talked about. That's another way to look at it. So no matter how you see our athletes win, there is more sufferation going on in Jamaica, and there is more that's wrong, if you want to be real, than just a gold medal and a silver medal being won. So we congratulate our athletes, but even our athletes know that what I'm saying is factual, right? Right. So what don't try to have the narrative go your way. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to have the narrative go your way. First of all, Jamaica had running water and light before America. That has nothing to do with nothing at all. Anyways, back to what we did now. The athlete that died, the student athlete that died, right? All right, let's take this call. It's the same person. Live on the air. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLoTV, Marie.
Morning, family.
Morning, fam.
To that thing about the water.
One to your phone.
It's not big.
Take your phone off. Take it off a speaker, man.
All right, hold on.
I could tell it's on speaker.
You know that on speaker, you know?
Or Bluetooth.
All right, we'll put you on regular.
See it there.
Yeah, I hear me now.
Yeah, man. Talk, man.
We go through this every time.
That thing that what she said about New Jersey and them thing that people, you have people in a yard where them land a lot out and them thing and them a big water. But we are talking about like people and everybody else who are pay property tax. Them all with pipe, them a collect property tax, cover pipe, sanitation, light, all those little things, community wise. So nobody now beg them. Jamaica not beg nobody nothing. We are pay with property tax and them now give it what we are pay for. So I don't know beg no water issue. I just them no one do the work. So the only is either we go court and these things because the money dead. You know what I say? You know, it's just weird, but I'm not beg them water, man. We're not that messed up down here. So no, you know?
We're just talking about the things that they are supposed to be doing, where in a first world we would have these things, but them not do it. And they're collecting the money from the people, so they have the money to do it, but the people ain't getting the service same way.
Right, that's all. But it's not a case like we can't afford it. The areas that they do the work, like Barbican and them area, you can still tax money at work.
Right.
But our area, them it come in like, you know, some Usain Bolt treatment thing. So I just that me the
It's
one
intentional.
For yourself,
Intentional.
All respect, bro.
Oh,
So far, it's intentional what they do. It's intentional.
Yeah. All right. So here what? Let's get back into the student athlete passing away and the 5 things, because I don't want this to be lost. The 5 things that I think need to be put in place. Starting with the first one. A defibrillator needs to be on hand. Every person, every school in Jamaica that has an athletic team needs to make sure that they are equipped with a defibrillator on hand. Every time these students, there should be one in the school for a regular school day anyways, but there should be one at the field when the students go out to practice, and there should be one that travels with you when you go away for games. A defibrillator. Go look up one and try find one, please, because I think if they had one in this Edwin Allen case, this young girl, 15-year-old Tanisha Gale, they would have been able to save her. Another thing, here's number 2, trained in CPR. Every staff member needs to be trained in CPR. Every staff member.
Every staff member.
Every staff member. Quick story. The last time we were in Jamaica, we were coming back from Jamaica, which was January gone, right? We were coming back from Jamaica, and I think I told you all this before, but the airport, combustible. We're trying to get through. This is the most packed I had ever seen the airport. We're trying to get through. You know, the line slow, the processing long, the plane, them I leave. Okay. We got up to leave, and it was a long line, and I watched a person at the front of the line just fall back, straight back, like you cut down a tree. The person never put his hand back to try to brace himself, nothing. Head back, hit the floor, bow. I thought his head cracked open. Me and wife stand up there and look, because he hit the floor so hard. And I watched all the employees at the airport start screaming at each other. Get somebody! Call somebody now! Lord God, call somebody! And then we heard one lady say, I saw them make people dead in here all the time. And me and wife said to herself, said, Jesus Christ, then if I saw people dead in here all the time, I've never heard of anybody dying in the airport. But she's saying this in uniform in front of a whole heap of tourists. Oh, and bag of white people in there where I fly back out. Nobody was able to help that person, and that person just laid there. So I thought to myself, getting on the airplane, you know, me and wife have a conversation about it, and we said, so all them people here work in an area where thousands of people pass through on a daily basis, and nobody knows CPR. That should be the standard or a required piece of, if you're not that certified when you're hired, it should be a part of your hiring. Like soon as after you're hired, you go through a CPR class and learn CPR and become certified in it. Right?
So Flo, at the end of this month, September, if I don't go take a CPR class to renew my CPR license,
right,
my job already sent me an email saying that they are going to stop all of my patients and all of my clients until I turn in that CPR.
Right. And that goes for all healthcare workers in the state of Florida.
Yes. So why is it not for athletes?
Right. I'm the same way too. I have to keep up to date with which
you have to do it too. Shakira have to do it.
Right. So in Jamaica, we want these things implemented. So the first one is the defibrillator on hand at all times in all schools and everywhere these students are getting into their physical activities. Trained CPR, trained and certified in CPR for every staff member. And then go a step further, right? Incorporate CPR training into the school curriculum. I would say we could start as early as even primary school age.
Exactly.
Implementing that
the
into the school
curriculum. Class will teach you how to use the defibrillator properly.
Correct.
And it will teach you when to use the defibrillator.
Correct. And it will also teach you how to do CPR without anything else around.
Exactly.
Right? So basic CPR, because, you know, learning in school could transfer into you saving a family member's life at home, or a stranger's life on your way home from school or just out in the streets. You might not have a defibrillator with you, but you still know CPR and you're certified in it. So more Jamaicans need to learn CPR, period. We see it all the time, right? We see accidents happen. We see people laying there unresponsive, and everybody is just standing around like, roll him over. What we are gonna do? Take out your phone. Put this on YouTube. Like nobody knows what else to do, kind of thing. And I think if more people were trained earlier, then it would be like second nature. Somebody would have said, all right, move out of the way and let me start CPR on this one until emergency response people arrive at the scene. So CPR. The next one is do some emergency training on a regular basis. You know, everybody has a plan until things happen, and then plans go out the window, but it's best to have a plan. But what about the people who don't have a plan? They're the worst ones, because when things go out the window, they go all over the place. They have no plans. So do some emergency response trainings on a regular basis. What happens if an athlete goes down and the athlete stops breathing or becomes non-responsive? Boom, you go right into this standard procedure right here. First thing, you know.
So everybody know what to do and, you know, when to do it and how to do it.
Now, here's the thing that bothers me. Are these students getting full physicals? And I'm finding out that they're not. As hard as they train, you know, you take
Are they getting the proper nutrition and rest?
But let's go with let's go with the full physicals first. Are they getting the full physical done? My children, again, cannot play their sports unless we give up a full physical, including an EKG, which would tell their staff that, okay, he's cleared to play. Or if we can't bring back a good one, he is not cleared to play. I think Jamaica needs to start implementing that as well. An EKG with a full physical from a licensed doctor required to participate in any activity and must be updated every new season. New track season comes around, new EKG, new full physical again. Exactly. New track season come around, new EKG. I have to do it here. I have to do it here. So I'm thinking it's something good that needs to be implemented. Now, this young lady or young girl lost her life, 15-year-old Tanisha Gale. We can't bring her back, but we can learn from what happened to make sure that stuff like this don't happen to somebody else's child, right? If these things are put into
place. Have they found out the cause of it yet?
Not yet. Not yet. But this also speaks to the importance of a swift response from first responders across the island. You know, we've been talking about this for years. Like, if you're in some parts of Jamaica and something happens to you, God forbid you're having a stroke, and if you know anything about a stroke, the sooner you get to medical help, the less the damages will be. You know, I've seen people have strokes before, massive stroke, and they were able to almost 100% recover. So they weren't left with a drooping face. They weren't left hemi with one side of the body not working anymore, anything like that. And they would tell you, yeah, I had a stroke last year, man. I was in the hospital for 2 months, almost died. And you're like, but you don't look like it because you talk normal. Your processing thinking seems to be on point and your body moves normal. And they're like, yeah, because I got help quickly. Then you will see those who they're drooping and they have to carry one side of their body, whole one side of their body don't work anymore. What happened? Help didn't get there fast enough, you know? So when we think about children and schools and athletics and our children dying on field during a practice, wouldn't it be nice if we could just call for an emergency response and an ambulance with first responders, shoot it right there and they're there in no time? And my son's football game, we've seen quite a few of these happen. A kid get hit so hard, they go unconscious. It's football. They get hit so hard, they go unconscious on the field. They get hit so hard, they break a bone. My son, who my oldest son decided to not play football anymore because I told him he had to be super aggressive and super violent. And the next time he went out there and played, he broke a kid's arm in an area that has no joints right here. And it popped in front of all of us. And my son hit him so hard, it popped right here, right? His forearm. And the kid was like on the ground going into shock. This is luxury living. A helicopter was there in no time. Not to mention those on the ground, the ambulance people on the ground. And that kid was airlifted out of there, right?
SouFLo,
Jamaica could get to the point where we have these things in place.
SouFLo, I've seen some games where there are emergency medical teams already set up there just in case something happens.
So for practice, you won't have the medical team set up. For practice, we have there's always police officers on the field or close by. For games, you have medical set up already on the go. And it's a lot of people gathered. They don't want mass shooting, especially where my kids go to school. It's about 6-7 police cruisers outside, each carrying 2 police officers, armed, everything. And they rotate, they go through the crowd, they go through the venue while, you know, hundreds of people are in there watching the game. But the medical people are right there in case anything happens. And if it's too serious for where an ambulance can't handle it, they'll call in for a helicopter and they'll be medevac out of there. You know, so we need to get on task.
Even the fire department is available.
Government should be put in place, huh?
Even the fire department.
Right. So the fire department will be the ones who are close by there. They could respond where an ambulance might be further away. I know in Florida they have the thing where whichever one is closer answers first.
Exactly.
Firefighters are also first responders, trained just like the ambulance people are. So whichever one is closer to it answers first. But most of the time they both end up showing up at the same location. Yeah, so in the name of this little girl, man, 15-year-old Tanisha Gale, it's sad that she went out like that. But if things like these are put in place, we will start to have less and less of these stories of the children training hard at school, trying to achieve great things, and then dying on the field, when I think she could have been saved. Because if you read the story, and it tells you when she passed out, when they first recognized she was unresponsive, everything they did after was just more time and more time and more time.
Yeah, because how long was she sitting there before they even recognized that she was unresponsive?
It looked like a long time. It looked like a long time. And the other kids are like trying to wake her up. And the coach is like, come on, let's go. And then they're like, all right, Kara, go on over the medic, them look on her. And then they
traumatic
take
for all of them that day.
Right. Imagine if there was a defibrillator there right away, soon as they realized she was unresponsive. Time is of the essence, you know? Yeah. So again, the people then will take it personal every time we try to better Jamaica. You're like the worst kind of people ever, because we're trying to advocate for stuff. So my children might end up being grown people raising their children, which is my grandchildren in Jamaica, and same thing happened. It's just you're advocating for the worst to keep happening over and over and over again, because that's what's going to happen. The worst is just going to keep happening over and over again until
my condolences to the family of this little young lady. Just imagine you send your child to school or to practice, and you don't expect to hear that this happened, and she's so young. So my condolences to her family and what they're going through right now.
To answer, does the student athletes require to get a yearly physical? The answer is no. The answer is no. That's why I put it on the list. There should be a EKG, an annual EKG, and a full physical from a licensed doctor. That should be required.
So in Jamaica, SouFLo is not required in Jamaica? That's not required in Jamaica?
No, it's not.
Oh, well, it's Why it's required here. Well, it's required here because nobody wants lawsuits, so it's always required here. When my children was playing sports, it was required.
Yes.
Because they don't want no lawsuits or nothing. So
it's not required everywhere. It wasn't required at Edwin Allen, where the young lady died, where the young girl died.
Well, maybe they should consider it now.
Right. But listen, we are exactly I agree. And at some point, do we become productive and less reactive? It's all good to keep talking and stay resentful, but how do we actually get things done instead of turning off people? Okay, so talking about it is the first step to getting stuff done. We've always been, and we still are, me being on the outside of Jamaica looking in, I see reactive instead of proactive. And I've always said that here. This is nothing new that I'm saying this morning that I haven't been saying for years right here. Exactly these words. Reactive instead of proactive. They wait till stuff happens and then everybody is like, oh my God, okay, let's see what we can do. And then they don't do much and then it happens again. And then it's, oh my God, okay, let's try to see if we can again. So talking about it without people being resentful or without people taking it personal, because it's not about friggin' you, right? Talking about it is one. And then when we hear these bright ideas, share those bright ideas directly to the people who, every one of us can do it. Every one of us can look up a school official in Jamaica, a athletic department director from any high school in Jamaica, a member of parliament from any friggin' constituency in Jamaica, and cut out this part of this video and say, yo, these 5 things that SouFLoTV just said, could y'all make sure these are implemented? The more people that does that, it's kind of like signing a petition. The more people that does that, but the same people who watch will be the same people who just watch. And that's all you do, you just watch. And then we're on to the next topic and we're on to the next topic. That's why we're always just talking. I'll do my part and I'll send it to people. I've sent the Prime Minister a list of to-dos that are very possible to be done. But when I'm the only person that's doing it, they'll be like, look a vlogger boy, feel like him as somebody. So yeah, throw that over there. So here.
Strength in numbers, strength in numbers.
Exactly. And then the funny thing is, down the road, I watch them start to implement the same things that I put on that list. So I don't know if them will on the list and do it anyways, or they ignore us but end up doing those things anyways. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo. How you doing?
I'm good, family. How are you?
Good.
All right, talk to us.
I might call back later, but all I want to say is when you're ready to have the talk about what we had talked about a few lives ago,
yes,
let me know.
Will do.
And we can start to plan out something that's coordinated,
right? That
we all can follow, copy, duplicate, all of that kind of stuff.
All right.
Because it looked like, we have some people who like the dysfunction. It's amazing to me because when many of us try to make points of how Jamaica can be better, there are people who fight for it to stay the way it is.
Right.
But yet, those same people will give their left leg for a visa to come to where the systems that we saying can work in Jamaica are working.
Exactly.
Right? Because they find it attractive to live where systems work, but they don't want the systems to work where they come from.
Now explain
They're okay with the systems working in the US and the UK and Canada and China and Japan and Singapore, but they don't want little Jamaica to have systems that work for our people so we don't have to leave home.
Exactly. And that puzzles me. That's crazy.
They don't love their people.
Exactly.
You don't love your people.
Exactly.
You don't want the best for them.
Exactly.
That's all I have to say.
All right, my friend. We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch.
Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, that's exactly it right there. Because there's no way you could get mad because I'm pointing out stuff that we can fix or need to be fixed in order to save lives or make us better at home. Why would that offend you? Why would you take any kind of offense to that? You know, join the gang, join the chain, join the group, and help to push this forward so it comes to fruition, so it happens. You know what I mean? But believe me, man, there are so many people, so many of our people who fight. Listen, before I go any further, right? It's years I got the suck your mother and you're an agent. Somebody put you up to this, so you can feed the world dysfunctional or messed up information about Jamaica to tarnish Jamaica's image. For years, I was called I'm not a Jamaican. He's not even from Jamaica. Trinidad him come from. Me know him, you know. These are people who don't even know me, you know. These are real Jamaican people. Trinidad, the boy come from, you know, make them a try make Jamaica look bad and them a masquerade like him a Jamaican and put out all this information about murder rate and this, that. All I wanted was to see the murder rate go down. I used to get on here and say, rob me if you have to rob me, but don't kill me. Left me so I can go make more money so you can rob me again and I'll be fine if that's what you have to do. But why are we robbing and killing people who you rob a man for a little something and you kill him, and the little something where you rob him for can't even last you 2 days. So what are you gonna do? Kill again? Right? Oh, you like killing don't go on anywhere else in the world. Shut your ass up and talk about America where you're there most of the time. Because more killing there America than killing there here. Like, then you have to go explain to people, say, killings happen in America a lot, yes. But America have some of the most packed, or the most packed prisons in the world. Not some of the, because they have a system in place. They are proactive. They have a national DNA database that works. They have CCTV systems with central monitoring points that work. They have all the stuff we're trying to implement in Jamaica are calling for that work. That's why when you commit a murder in the US, your ass is not getting away. Even if you run for 20 years, them still are going to catch you. That works. Jamaica, we have enough people who murder already and feel empowered because they're out on bail and them kill again. And the people them who they kill were supposed to be witnesses. Case closed because no witness can come to court. So they continue to release murderers on bail so they can go wipe up the friggin' witnesses and come back and no case. These are real things I'm telling you. So when we try to advocate for better, right, we become the worst of the worst. Why? For in front of our own people. When them we are trying to make better for. And ourselves as well. I want to live in a Jamaica where there is a defibrillator close by. This might not even be for no damn student athlete. It might be for me. I might be there and let me take a walk down a market. Let me go over here so I see wow, them build up a nice new mall. Let me go in there to see what go on. And next thing me drop down in there. No one knows that somebody know how to do CPR. I want to know somebody have a defibrillator close by. Sometimes we advocate for these things, talking about for other people, and it's for us too. Right. So I'm hoping that these things get put in place. I'm going to say them once again. A defibrillator should always be on hand wherever children are playing or practicing or any type of athletic anything is going on. Every adult, as far as staff members, should be trained. It should be something that is mandatory, that they're trained in CPR. And then we can also stretch that further and incorporate CPR training into our school curriculum. Start teaching CPR from primary school age. That will have a carryover into our community. Do emergency response training on a regular basis. I don't know, every 2 months, every 3 months, every month, and something like that, so that nobody is in shock and stuck and don't know what to do. When stuff happens, they'll jump into action and can save a life. An EKG with a full physical from a licensed doctor should be required for every student that is participating in any athletic program, period. Y'all run the picnic them, you don't know if that child have a heart murmur or some pre-existing condition. Go out there, run, faster, come on, man, faster, faster, faster. You about to kill somebody's child. An EKG would have stopped that. You would have known that that child is not cut out for that event. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, holding our government accountable. So eventually we start having more first responders on the island, more ambulances, more people who can save lives because they're trained to save lives. Right now where I'm at, if I call an ambulance right now and say, oh, my wife she just went down, I don't know what happened, I guarantee you about 5 minutes, 5, they'll be right here. And the police is coming with them. A fire truck is probably going to come too, right? Let's make sure that Jamaica have them something here too. Hold on the caller. Hold on there. And then on the other side of this, right? This is life happening. So back to the good now. The Clayton twins. I found it ironic that the school where the young girl died, Tanisha Gale died, is the same school that the twins come from, Tia and Tina. Tina was in the World Championships. Tina ran in the 100-meter, women's 100 meters. Tina took second place, so she medaled a silver for Jamaica, right? I want them stop do something. I watched them do this to Elaine Thompson before she was a hero. We don't know if you hear nothing about Elaine get divorced with? No. Okay. I will still say Elaine Thompson hero. I watched them do this to her over the years, and it looked like it's the same thing. Tina didn't just win. That's to show you that that school produced champions because the twins are from there. But go back further. Go back and look up champs and go back and look up collegiate sports, especially track and field, and look up Edwin Allen Comprehensive. Is a school where bad when it comes to that. As bad as in good. They produce champions for real, right? So let's safeguard these champions. They are obviously our future. So just like how we are bragging now and say, oh, I should go to Worlds and get silver, and the second fastest woman in the world is Jamaica should come from, and she is young. She is young. She's only 21. She's only 21 years old. But me never like how Jamaica put her in the news, right? Because all they put was that she ran and she got silver. Why didn't Jamaica tell the world, say, me don't know, it's like she's not pretty enough for them on front page or something. So what all the articles I'm reading to do my story this morning, I'm like, why them not bigger or put her on front page? Why aren't they giving her a full story to what she accomplished? Huh? A full spread, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't know what, she not pretty enough or she not meet the standards for whatever it is to go up on your front page. She created history. She created history. She is the first world champion. She is the first person. She's the youngest ever. Sorry, not first person. She's the youngest ever to medal at the World Championships in the women's 100 meters at 21 years old. This is her first World Championships, right? She's been to the world under 20, and she has the world record for that. This is her first World Championship after turning pro. And she medaled, as she's the youngest to have ever done it in history. I thought that was a friggin' big bragging point. I'm like, put that up big in boldest letters, like the first in history. They tuck her underneath and give her one little small article, and then they started talking about everybody else. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is retiring. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce ran in the same race, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce came 6th. She beat Shelly. She beat Jacko, Shericka Jackson. Shericka Jackson came in 4th. Was it 4th, right? Yes, 4th. Shericka Jackson came in 4th. The girl that would beat up our man, Sha'Carri Richardson, which is who what's her name was asking about earlier. Sha'Carri Richardson came in 5th, right? So she came 2nd. An American girl came first. She came second. She held it down for Jamaica. She put us on the podium. Who come third? Okay, I thought it was another Jamaican that came third. All right. So with that said, I'm super proud of her because me and wifey, my wife is behind the scenes. She's in another room over here, but she can't hear me talk, and she's feeding me, so me keep on being on task, right? When we can't remember the name them and stuff. So remember we're having a discussion about the twins and their dad and all that. Yeah. So not to be personal about people's business, but their mom put it out there publicly already that their dad didn't want anything to do with them because I think when they did born, them did look funny, like something did wrong with them, and it was his cue to run. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to ask a question. Our non-members don't have an opinion on your channel?
Our non-members don't have an opinion?
Yes, because I was saying in the chat, Marie need to wait her turn. Don't keep interrupting. It's annoying. She telling me I'm a member, and then everybody's jumping on me.
Oh, gosh.
They're a member, so I don't have an opinion. I don't like that. We're subscribers too.
Okay, hold on. So let's put it like this. Why are you taking it personal? People are gonna say what they want to say. Like what can
yes,
I do
but
about that?
Okay, if others are on there with you. Jerome is on. I heard the other guy on last week. They wait their turn. They don't keep interrupting every 2 sentences. It's annoying. I'm just saying that on the chat. She's like, I'm a member. So because she's a member, she has all right to take over your channel.
Wait, when was she interrupting?
Just this morning. Every time you talk, she talks. You can't even get your point across.
I was sharing the screen with her.
Yes, but still, she needs to allow you to get your point across.
It was fine with me.
Okay, all right.
Are you all right?
No, because they keep talking, I'm a member, like they're this hierarchy over subscribers.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, my
yes.
friend.
Okay, bye-bye. I just needed to let her know we're subscribers too. We have an opinion, not because she pays $9.99. I can pay my $9.99 too.
All right, then.
Okay, man. So, bye.
Bye-bye. No. She begged for it, but I'm not going to give it to her. She said, I can pay my $9.99 too. I was going to say, so why don't you? But you walk right into that, my friend. You know, why don't you pay your $9.99 then? You know, I'll come argue with Marie in the comment section. So, I mean, she said because she pay her $9.99, I can pay my $9.99 too. So pay your $9.99 to them, no? But Marie wasn't saying anything out the way. Marie wasn't saying anything out the way. I asked whoever was coming on the screen to share the screen with me to please be talkative. Don't just come sit down on the screen. It makes it more interesting to hear from somebody else if they have an input, see another face on screen and all that, right? Right. And no big deal. And then she's gone from the screen. But some of you need to log off. Some of you need to leave the internet alone. Like, no disrespect. I love you. Thank you for being a subscriber. But sometimes just log off. I do it personally. If I get on Instagram and the feed them, me start get too active with people, tell me all out of character, because somebody go say, SouFLo, go suck your mother. I say something. Good man. Hey boy, I go ring out in the kanda, and then I find myself doing it too. I take a 2 days break. I'm not going back over there for the next 2 days, next 3 days. Log off for a minute. Don't say nothing over there. Some of y'all need to log off.
They don't realize it.
It's
too many people is on the street talking, it get them frustrated and angry, and they don't know the basis of why they're frustrated and angry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Beverly Santa said she was interrupting too much. She was just talking, man, like I wanted her to. It's all good because she's not there anymore. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. What go on? And one thing I was say before me go. You say black women don't need nobody else to tear themselves down about other black women. Let's talk about that. We all want to argue about that. Let's argue about that. Yo, the sister just a talk and she never said nothing wrong. Man. You know? Well, yo, bro. It called for a split. Yeah. No, sir. You're not killed by vibes. I'm watching the play. I'm like, boy, life not that serious, man. Life have other things that are too serious to be taken that serious. You know?
Why? They're so that's why full politics at Jamaica still are there a thing there? No? So talk people at Jamaica. Politics simple as a season of dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, seeing we talk about the youth in the hospital.
Hold on, brother. What to your phone? You call it on speaker and Bluetooth again.
No, me not be car, man.
But you're
I can't control me attack.
All right, you sound good. You sound good. Go on.
All right. So I think that the government should mandate it to put all of these things in the school then. Especially the defibrillator. Yeah, because we is a sport-oriented country. And those things gonna happen sometime, so they should have it there.
Yeah. That's where someone we said that already. We said that it should be mandatory that the defibrillators are in schools, and it should be mandatory that an EKG and a full physical from a licensed doctor is required for each student. We said that already. Yeah.
But you know what? In my opinion, 95% of the track athletes are poor black people. Yeah. And believe it or not, they're happy with it. Then I think it was important. If it was uptown, most of them are from uptown.
Okay,
they would have teach it and students here.
Okay, so you sound a bit muffled, so let me clear up for the audience. You said, which I was thinking, that 95% of the track athletes are from poor or lower middle class to poorer families. So this whole EKG with full doctor checkup and all this on a regular basis is probably not in there for them, right? But those who are of the upper or upper middle class to upper, they get those things done for their children, and it is true. It is true. But this also comes from ignorance, and there's no disrespect to say ignorance. I'm using the word ignorant in the form that when we don't know about something, we're ignorant of the facts about something. So a lot of these families don't even think about it, because you know a whole heap of poor family that will scrape every dollar they have together to put it behind one family member to pursue their dreams. You know what I'm saying? So not like say they just don't have it. It's like they don't know because it's not required. But if school required it, they would find the money to get it done.
That's why we have leaders and vote for people, because these people know of these things. The general population out there might not know about it,
right?
But we leaders them know about it.
Absolutely, because if you're
a director, important.
If you're a director of an athletic program at any school, that should be at the top of your list. You're the one that implement these things, so that should be at the top of your list. And then Granny, who don't know no better, cause Granny left school from 18. Jesus beating him slippers thing. She would have still follow through, because you send home the letter that says, you know, little John can't come back to track practice again until he brings us a new EKG along with a full physical from a doctor. Yeah.
You see? And finally, Peter Tosh have a song, you must penetrate a song the name of Recruiting Soldiers.
Yeah. Look it up.
In that song, in the end part of the song, him say, if Marcus Garvey was here, he would go to jail today. If Marcus Garvey was, and that's a song with Peter do find in the 70s.
Same.
And him said Marcus Garvey was around, he would go to jail the same. Because the thing that Marcus Garvey was advocating for 40, 50, 60 years ago, them man are still up against it.
Hey.
And that's why things are the way it is.
Hey. All right, sir.
Seriously.
All
Protection
right.
family.
Manners, brother.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. So here goes this phone fighting me. Just to hang up the phone is a problem. All right. So yeah. And shout out to Tina, but onto a different topic, sort of, right? You know, I've seen this happen so many times where men like abandon their children until the child becomes something great. So when she won the silver medal yesterday, here me and my wife, to each other, we were saying, I wonder how our father feel. I wonder how them father feel. Because their mom had done an interview now. I don't know if them parents kiss or make up or not. But the last interview, me see our mother do. Her mom said, we're talking about the Clayton twins. And we're talking about Tina. It's Tia and Tina. Tia did not make it, but Tina did. Wow, life is beautiful, man. Imagine you coming to the world as two persons. And you didn't make it, but your copy did. That's dope. That's dope. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, SouFLo. You doing?
Good morning, family. I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, huh? You know, I was thinking last night, said we might have to give up something if we want to change the Black community. We have to give up the badman dancehall culture. Give up the gangster rap.
Okay,
because,
so if you're all right, because you're talking about Black culture across the board.
Yes.
All right, go into it. Let me hear this.
Yes. I think last night at work, I'm a think just solve.
Not to interrupt you, but they want to put up on topic, So yeah. But you're not on topic. But may I give you a lead way. So go on.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So I think last night, whole night, we need to solve this thing because right now, if the white man say, okay, I believe it alone, and we live in a different side of the country, we ever not live, we still could function.
We still couldn't function.
No, yes. If the
white man said I was gonna leave you all alone and you ninjas could go live over there by yourself, we still couldn't function.
Oh. we need to clear up. We need to clear up our community. There are too much hate in our community.
Yeah.
We are worried about what the white man treat we, but the reason they get to treat we so because we is not together. We don't love ourselves enough.
It's how we treat us. It's how we treat us. We teach the world how to treat us by mirroring how they watch how we treat our own. And then them treat we accordingly. Because them say that them used to, right?
Exactly.
Right.
But listeners.
But I don't think if they left us alone and said go live over there so by yourself, we wouldn't flourish. I think we could still flourish though. I think we would still flourish. We've done it before, but they keep sabotaging. But we're not ready for that conversation this morning.
Yeah. No, that's what that's about. Right now, if me have my family right now, I may just hear what the Black community, I migrate to Africa, I will go for my own and don't give back a goal and I'm still feel safe for my family.
Wait. Say that again.
if the world said they're gonna leave black people alone, they're gonna go to Africa, they're gonna rebuild them. No. We don't want to support. We are not only independently going on part of the world, living as a nation. Me not fear for my brother, my sister, my daughter, my wife, because me not trust black man. There's something wrong with me mentally right now. Why it's like we can't live and try. I fear we not get my work. Like me and you and certain good mind people can work, but the majority of black people, something wrong with them. I think to fix this first is that work on with mental health. We have this mind where it can't. It's like as I said, the dancehall music and the black rock. The reason why the government allow these music to go is because they want to ruin the mindset. Me right now, me willing to stop listening to Tupac and Biggie and Vybz Kartel and Movado right now. If it means say it get back the mindset at a place we say, hey, love each other, we can live without hate, we can live without murder. Me willing now to scrap the whole of that for the safety and progress of my people. I'm a feature at that we need for cancel out.
So you think that the problem is gangster rap and dancehall music?
Me promise you that.
You think so?
I'm telling you why. You only can control people by what you feed them mentally. And the white man knows that the gangster rap music can damage the black community. You know, so the people grow up because they work every day. And some youth sat them pants and stuff. And if you listen to pay some gangster rap, it's like a culture. It become a part of black culture. You know what I mean? To be a bad man, to be gangster, to have a swag. You know what I mean? We need to clean up this because what you know. Anyhow, the white community have a few white youth that are DJ about hate and killers, and the white man says, boy, I be at a go on. Them are clean it up. I can know say it will influence a community to start focus on doing bad. You know what I mean?
All right. So me not gonna throw you all the way under the bus because some of what you're saying is definitely true, and some of what you're saying is a bit off. In my opinion, because my opinion differs from yours, right? I mean, I'll crucify you for your opinion. I hope you not crucify me for mine, but this is my opinion. It didn't start from gangster rap and it didn't start from dancehall music. The gangster rap and the dancehall music that you're hearing comes from what's already happening on the ground. Now, with that said, though, there is a part where you are absolutely right about, because it's the power of music and how music is used to indoctrinate and how music is used to, let's be raw, brainwash.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're talking about sonic waves here, right? So what happened was we had a discussion about this not too long ago. I grew up in America mostly. I came here from a really young age. So I can walk you through the eras of when we used to wear the African leather medallions and the lyrics in the songs were uplifting or positive or revolutionary, but to our benefit. This is way before we started saying bitches, hoes, money and clothes and all that other stuff, right? And somebody infiltrated the art. Somebody infiltrated the art and decided that since it's so powerful and they see how a whole nation of people move to it, how about we put negative messages in it? Now, you said just now, if those people on the other side, white people, if they ever hear any of their artists doing these kinds of music about killing their own and calling their women bitches and hoes and that, they stop it immediately. Because they know that it will seep into the minds of their children and have their children start acting it out amongst their own. And you are absolutely right. I can't fault you for that. So with that said, right, back to what you said originally, if them left way alone and said, go over there, son, and we're gonna live over there, so we wouldn't make it.
We could function.
We absolutely would. The sabotage is why we don't, because we keep trying to build, but we keep getting sabotaged. But we keep trying to build, but we keep getting sabotaged. And every time we build a little bit, it gets sabotaged or tear back down. And every time we build some more, it gets sabotaged and tear back down. I think you should speak more to our resiliency, for the fact that we continue to try to build. We continue to try to move upward, regardless of all the fight that we get. And this is not a woe is me mindset, because I'm not of that. I'm definitely a go get it kind of person, regardless of whatever the circumstances are, and don't cry for nothing because nobody no owe me nothing. And that's my mindset. So this is not a woe is me mindset. But the fact remains is, if we were left alone, then we wouldn't be able to sabotage with, and we would thrive. Every time, because we can weed out our own. We can weed out our own. So we would have to weed out some of our own, you know. We would have to weed out some of our own that are the ones who are holding us down. However, we would thrive, and we would thrive beautifully.
Yeah, I agree. Say we would thrive, but there would be a civil war in the black community before we reach a point.
And that's okay. And that's okay. And we could go that route. And then we would weed out all the ones them who are not for productivity and progress for us. Yeah, and then we would continue to thrive.
Yeah, it's like it take a little time, not gonna have overnight gallery right now. We're meant to see and they didn't forget it right now and go Africa. Trust me, a big war and killing, the government fall apart. Right now, the mentors, you can see black people have got right. Yeah, talk about good things, man. Listen, you try to say, the girl die at school, I'm sure I can get some medical thing in place. I'm guarantee you don't even talk in vain. Because the Jamaican people, the black people don't want good, they must care. And I mean, the reason why America.
You send me a talk in vain?
No. You're talking for good reason. I agree with you. But may I say you're talking vain to who you're talking to. You know what I mean?
I'm not though. I'm not, because I've met people who told me that I changed their entire thought process and it made them a better person. So therefore, I know that a few is good. That's where it starts. If you wake up today thinking that you're going to get on some platform and tomorrow I'm going to start my own platform and tomorrow it's just going to blow up and be millions of people who I influence and then I will change millions of lives by Wednesday, it's not going to happen. So it starts with a few. It used to be 1, and then it was 5, and then it was 20, and then it was 50, and then it was, so I'm affecting change, my brother. And it takes time. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I have to get a chance to put the message across. But
all right, my brother, I'm gonna let you with this though. Don't feel defeated, because that's what the mindset says. All right. I know it feels hopeless sometimes, but don't feel defeated.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, manners.
All right, brother.
All right. Raddy's daughter said, why are we off topic for so long? Raddy's daughter, you know what we do? Sometimes we just be all over the place, but it all makes sense, though. It adds to, you know, instead of just monotonously, boringly going through one thing. We divert, we come back, we divert, we come back. We were talking about the twins and their father not being there, and interview that their mom did, which I don't like really speak on people unless they have put it out there first. But she did put it out there first. So, right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, my brother.
Morning, bro. I'll go on.
What am I about? Me just want to tell the caller, say, well, you know, so me an advocate for Jamaica already. Yeah. So I want to tell the caller who just jump off, to say, don't look power negative, because it must balance out. You see? All right. Next thing, we want to jump back on the topic. We know you're going to close it, but we want to talk about the topic with the child. Even recently, me and you have that discussion there, where in the last time I would say, well, boy, CPR throughout the country, because we say only for traffic accident.
Right.
If the CPR they get introduced early in the school,
right,
it expand into the nation.
Right. We recently had that conversation.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what I want to bring to that caller, and for everybody who is on the line, on the live right now, schools that do athletic, I can't put on my God school where Glen Mills start out. So we know it in go. The schools that have good athletic programs tend to have good old boys, old girls, past student association who actually pump money into those schools. So given that you bring the thing to light,
right?
More people who depend on the life. The brethren say we defeated, but me going show him say we're not defeated. You see? I want everybody who depend on the life, who come from a school, we perform good in the athletics, reach out to somebody in the old boys or the old girls or the past student association.
Right.
And tell them, say, yo, this happened. And because it happened, we don't want it to happen again.
Right.
We believe in an 80-20 rule a lot of the time. Sometimes at 20, we believe in a sometime at 80.
Right.
And if we can reach those schools, because it's not a lot of schools that step on top. You see me? At the Calabars, big up Calabar, you know, me never got them, my son got it.
See it.
You see, at the Calabar,
yeah.
Yeah, at the Calabars and at the Homewood and Edwin Allen, which are one of the biggest schools.
Yes.
So if most of the athletes come from those schools and you can just affect those schools initially. So me I beg whosoever listening, just reach out to one of the old boys or the old girls or whosoever and tell them, say, yo, this is the problem and what we want to do is that we ask those old girls. I be defibrillator is less than $1,000.
Right.
You see? Yeah. So let us get that in our school. Or at least only for people in Jamaica in a healthcare. When you don't go to Jamaica, go to school, go teach one of them. You might not have them certified, but at least
they have the knowledge how to do it.
Perform. Yeah, them can go and perform the thing. Because we believe in a solutions. We're not defeatists. And we're not a dream killer.
Right.
You see? All right. I know say I have other things I got to deal with. So
all right,
blessings.
brother.
And don't forget, read the email.
Very forward thinking, and I will read the email. Big up yourself.
Blessings, my brother.
Blessings.
Cool.
All right. Marvin is one of the people, and Marvin is very much about action and move and being forward thinking. So you hear what I'm just saying? This is what I'm trying. This is the fire that I'm trying to blaze up right here. Right? What we could sit and talk about it all day, the person said earlier, but when we're gonna do something to make change, you hear what Mervin said, oh, every last one of us could do this. It takes a simple reach out. Matter of fact, it takes gathering together right here on this platform. And probably me said to you, say, you know, me reach out to Edwin Allen Comprehensive. Edwin Allen High said they don't have a defibrillator. I found a good defibrillator. It's $650. May I take up a donation to get the defibrillator and get it to them so they have one at the school. And boom, next thing you know, they have a defibrillator at the school and somebody there knows how to use it so a next student don't go down, or get them a few defibrillators, one that stays with the track team or stays on the field every time the student them go out to go practice, and one will stay in at the school building, etc. And then we move on to our next institution. But it's chipping away at it and how much we are willing to do. What I notice is the people who always say, all right, so I talk about it all the time, but it not change nothing. Those are the exact people who, if I say to them right now, you know, so I find a defibrillator and I need to get it to Edwin Allen and I need $650 to do so. Them are the first one we're gone somewhere else to talk about. I scam him over there, try to scam people, you know. Look on him about him a big money for go buy defibrillator. I'm not buy them no defibrillator. A Shakira, I want to go buy things, give him woman with the money. So them do me over here already, you know. Same way them do me over here already. So, hey, calm down and make it work. Bullaman. I just be around a whole lot of Trinis, you know, Dred. And my Trini brethren, them, Bullaman is a batty bad boy. So you calling yourself Bulla? Well, we in 2025. So if that is where you is, that is where you is. If you're a Bullaman, you're a Bullaman. I don't know why you're on here with a name saying you is Bullaman. But to each his own. I ain't judging you. I don't know why a man would want to call himself a Bullaman. Anyhow, Because you see Tina as ugly, you believe the papers think that way also. What is wrong with you, sir? Yo, how no wicked someone? So I point out something that I see wrong, and you flip it back on me now when I say I mean. I bet you do that in your relationship too. I bet your woman or man where you're there with, me don't know which one you're there with. I bet so when them point out something to you where you do wrong, instead of you acknowledging you're doing something wrong, apologize and say I won't do it anymore. I bet what you do is you just flip it back on them and say you do something wrong too. you that type. Listen, I've been saying this for the longest, bro. They did the same thing to Elaine Thompson-Herah. Elaine Thompson-Herah was not the favorable one. I watched Elaine Thompson-Herah go to the Olympics, and Elaine Thompson-Herah did something that none of them ever did. That's why she is an athlete she is literally one of a kind by herself. They push hard to have us believe that Shelly and Fraser-Price is the it. And Shelly is great. Shelly is one of the greatest that ever did it. But Elaine Thompson-Herah exists in a category by herself. Why you think they don't praise her like that? Why you think they don't push her to the forefront, put her all over front page and all that like they do Shelly? And I don't mean to cause a division. I'm just working for the underserved to be served. You understand? Okay. Elaine Thompson-Herah doesn't fit their narrative in many ways without going too far into it. Okay? And it's the same thing they're doing with the twins. Elaine Thompson-Herah went to the Olympics. She won gold in the 100 meters. She won gold in the 200 meters. She unified those gold. She went back to the Olympics again and did it again back to back. Makes her the only living woman on the face of the earth to have ever accomplished that feat. You thought that's a big bragging right. They could have elevated themselves with proud Jamaican, Philly woman, the only one on the earth would do that. No, they put her in the back page on a small article and said this is the great thing she did. And in that same Olympics, they put Shelly and Fraser-Price at the front. Shelly never win no gold. Shelly never do what Elaine do. Right? But she got the front page. So don't flip this around on me. It's a system that I see is flawed that I'm pointing out. And again, this is always more than about your emotions. You know, so someone gets super emotional. That's okay. Can me get super emotional too when time I'm very much into a topic. You know what I mean? Elaine, I suppose her that they did push hard and promoted her in JM, just that some people will show up. I don't know. Yeah. Is it the tattoos? Brigade Shelly is clearly darker skinned. Shelly is darker skinned. I don't know. Elaine look like she bleach. Sometime, like she rub a little, you know. But it's it's a bunch of things. But it's the tattoos and stuff. Elaine is seen like a rebel, and Shelly is seen like clean cut, and she goes to church with the prime minister, and you know she hallelujah, praise the Lord, and you know that. So you fit their narrative, they'll front page you. You don't fit their narrative, they'll back page you. They do it to Veronica too. Yeah, you don't fit the narrative, they back page you. It's not that serious, man. I never said the twins are ugly. That's what you said, and you're projecting that onto me. You. Now back to the conversation now about their father not being there. Yesterday when they won, when Tina won the silver, I said to wife, and me and wife start talking, and I said, boy, I don't know how some man can like left them pick me, you know, and your kids is out there in the world, you don't know like what the hell going on with them, or can you watch your child be born and then look on the child and say, oh damn, that child that look like something wrong with her, I'm out of here. Shouldn't that have been a cue to stick around? On the flip side, thinking if my child is special needs, the world is going to be harder for my child. Because the mom said along the lines, like when them did born, them did look like something did wrong with them or something. Him think something did wrong with them, so him cut. Like, you know, me picking them born, frig up, my gun. And when she won yesterday, and I thought to myself, like, where is he now? because being Jamaican and growing up in our culture, I have seen many times over the years where Jamaican children are abandoned by their dad in particular, and then they become something good, something big. And then when they do become successful, is when he crawls out of the woodworks and he's like, "Hi, I'm your dad," you know? So her watching her win yesterday and then knowing she created history, she didn't win the gold, but I bet you says she's on her way to getting the gold. This is her first world, and she got silver against somebody who had been here before. She's only 21 years old and the youngest to have ever done it in history. Your dad is sitting somewhere right now thinking, damn, adopt me abandon. Damn, they sure as hell getting along good without me. I mean, she moving mountains, you know? So when you see she run go hug up her mother and all these things, you can only imagine the journey. Lion Tafari, big up yourself, says most times it's the foreign publications that give those athletes their flowers, not their own country, which is sad. Lion Tafari, thank you, because it is actually a foreign publication this morning that I saw it in. And then me say, can you know me, I look for the picture of them and read up before I do the live to make sure I'm talking sense. So I'm looking up and I'm like, the youngest to have ever done this in history. Actually, they said it at the thing yesterday, but I looked it up this morning. It was published nowhere in the Jamaica Gleaner, nowhere in the Observer, nowhere in none of the Jamaican news publications, sport publications. All it said was that she got silver. And then in foreign papers, it says everything. She's the youngest to have done it in history. She's only 21 years old. This is her first appearance at the World Athletics, and she looks like she's on target to get a gold. We'll see. Blah blah blah. Like they wrote about her like she was theirs, and we write about her in a fluid publication like we don't really know who she is, which I found quite weird. So yeah, I guess the moral of that little story was just me wondering and then sharing it with you now. Now I'm thinking out loud. You know, go take care of your picking them, because you don't know which one of them kids. I'm not saying, how should I say it though? I don't know which you don't know which one of them kids are that kid. You don't know which one of that chat. The old school Jamaican them say, why you call the picking them kid? After them are no goat. Because we weren't allowed to call children kids, right? You don't know which one of the kids, them are no goat. But you don't know which one of your children are going to be even your lifesaver. You might get older and need a organ to continue living. And I want you pick them up to come give you the organ. Let's talk about that. You might get older, and then this is where you start seeing the depths of poverty and separation. And one of them same picnic that where you abandoned could have been your lifesaver. You know what I mean? These children are retiring their moms, man. They are retiring their parents. We went and looked up the purse yesterday. Let's see how much she got for that race. Cause you know, see, I saw the athletic world go, right? That's why they compete in different races. They pick up a 30,000 US here. They pick up a 20,000 US at that race. They travel to Doha. They run the Olympics there. They run 100-meter there. The price there is the next 20,000 US. They go on to Worlds, and in the process, they're qualifying and increasing their ranking and qualifying and increasing ranking until them end up at Worlds. Then them end up at World and pick up a 50,000 US check for 11 seconds of work. Shot it down the track and walk away with 50,000 US cash. So these children are retiring who was there for them. Mommy, you don't have to work no more. I want you to chill out now. Yeah, you don't have to go wash clothes and clean people's house no more and do them something there no more. I want you to travel with me now. Me I go Tokyo, go run, come. Me buy your ticket, come. We are go Japan next. We are go England next. For Diamond League. We are go so and so next, come. That could have been you, daddy, absent daddy. That could have been you, absent daddy. You could have been out there in that crowd cheering like you saying father. So you robbed yourself on the back end when you robbed them children up front. We're gonna left it right that's up. I'll move on to the next topic, but I'm gonna say that again. You robbed yourself on the back end when you robbed those children up front. Because you robbed them up front of a childhood where they would have had a dad. Even if you weren't with their mom. For them to have had a father around, a loving, caring father around, it would have meant a whole lot more. But you robbed yourself. And now you see how you rob yourself, right? You ain't on them jets. You not flying around the world. You not in the stand surrounded by thousands clapping for your daughter. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, Flo. How you doing?
What's good, my brother? How are you?
I'm all right.
Talk to me.
Could you pocket watch more about what they paid the twins?
50,000 US.
I never hear. You can repeat that?
50,000 US. 50,000 US cash.
No, because the thing is that I believe if a lot of kids hear these, they'll start focusing. Because remember, I said the dynamics change. People used to want to either be an athlete or, these things, but now these kids want to be a chopper. Then just want chopper or whatever, easy, quick money, or a content creator or a TikToker. But if they see that you can make so much money and you can actually help your parents, then, sometimes they'll start putting more work, go track, go training.
Right.
And, because the more they venture in this field, Jamaica can always see on the map as, very athletic.
Right.
But when every young generation, young Gen Zs decide that they want either to chopping or social media and content creator, then what is going to be there to highlight Jamaica to the world? Because we used to always know about track and field. So that's why I'm calling before you said the topic to inspire somebody that's listening this morning. Say, make your kids still do track and field. They can do better for the family, and switch your generation.
Right.
All right.
Absolutely. Big up yourself, Jerome. You never.
Yeah, man, and maybe it depends on the other topic. I'll call back in to say whatever.
All right, my brother.
All right.
Somebody said that's the reason why we lose our athletes to overseas. I don't know what the reason we lose our athletes to overseas is not that they could run for money. The reason we lose our athletes to overseas is that they're not supported or paid properly at home by the athletic association. That's the reason why. Kind of like the same reason why we lose our good teachers and we lose our medical personnel, nurses. I saw an article out of Canada that said, the article from Canada said, if you are from the Caribbean and you are a registered nurse, we want you. And I thought to myself, the Caribbean about to be empty. I think we want you. And there was one for England too, for the UK too. So that's the reason why we lose them. But these athletes go to compete at these games and they pick up big prizes. And there is Sheldon Weldon saying that's 50,000 for the race, but then there are other endorsements as well. What about when Nike comes in and it's a $1 million US deal, or when Puma comes in or Adidas comes in or something like that? So yeah, them children here work hard. And then as they transition into young adults, they start reaping the benefits of this hard work. And that daddy who abandoned his children, if me did that him right now, me would have shame. Because me wouldn't even call her if I say, now is like the worst time to call anyways. Because she could definitely say, yeah, you remember me now. Now that me become somebody, you remember me. Don't call my phone. Or, I don't know, they could be forgiving. And him come up with a story where them say, I understand. You know, Shelly-Ann won 5 world championships, 100-meter gold. Elaine won a bronze. Shelly won over 22 medals. Elaine won 14. Both does things the others didn't do. However, it's not about the amount that you win, Isu, and we're not trying to minimize Shelly-Ann's greatness, but understand that Elaine surpassed Shelly-Ann. Elaine is the fastest woman alive, period. All right? So you can count 1 million medal that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won over the years. She's not the fastest woman alive. That record belongs to Elaine Thompson-Herah. She is the fastest woman on the face of the earth. She is also the owner of the Olympic record in the 100-meter sprint. She is also the only one that has unified the 100 and the 200 and defended it back to back with gold, 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 gold. So these are feats, bro. We're not to start chop down one in order to elevate the other, you know, because I'm not for that. I'm not for that. Nobody could take away Elaine Thompson. Nobody could take away Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's greatness. She did what she did, and she is who she is, right? I'm just saying, Elaine could have gotten recognition along the way. Every time I look around, it was Shelly-Ann getting recognized. And the things that Elaine did, you would think they would say, the fastest woman on the face of the earth is a Jamaican woman. It's Elaine Thompson-Herah. Most Jamaicans still think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is the fastest woman on the face of the earth because they won't give it to Elaine. Our own media in Jamaica won't put Elaine up front with one big line that's the fastest woman on the face of the earth because them love Shelly so much. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, family. Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. What go on? Take you up on the speaker or Bluetooth.
Simple put. What on?
Yeah, because we're not going to hear you.
Simple put.
Yeah.
Shelly-Ann Fraser is classic music. Elaine Thompson is dancehall.
See, see. All right, bro. This brother always have one shot. And it always impactful. He said simply and then, you know, they love to like hear the violins and be with the gowns and the suits. And then, you know, when them need dancehall to win an election for them or something, then yeah, them run go dancehall. All right. Trust me, the twins' father will start making himself known, says Jay Barrett. Jay Barrett, if I was him, I would be ashamed. And they do it to Veronica too. If I was him, I would be ashamed. I wouldn't even come around. I would be trying to. It's going to be hard for him now. You have to understand, so as people's status grow, it's harder to reach them, you know, because each level of growth takes a whole lot of sacrifice, whole lot of dedication, whole lot of work. So while I'm working, toiling, leveling up, where are you? And then you see me reach like up on a level and now you feel like I know it's your time to present yourself. Where were you when I couldn't even buy a nice pair of spikes? Me running on my spikes on the side, bust out and me have to go and run in night till mommy get the money so me can get the next one. Where were you when we actually needed you? Like, we didn't have to pay a certain fee for go to certain meets and get certain uniforms and do this and that. And a mommy have to struggle to get it by herself. Where were you when? So it's gonna be super hard for him to like present himself now and talk about, oh, I missed you, I'm daddy, I'm home. It probably is not going to work. In himself, he probably doesn't want to present himself. In himself. Right? 2Irie says that is true about Canada, always looking for medical personnel. Yeah, I saw a Canadian article a few days ago that said if you're from the Caribbean and you're RN, registered nurse, it said, we need you. It was in white and red. The article was in white and red. I said to myself, said, damn, Jamaica empty out now. It's funny, but it's not funny. You know, the first thing I thought, I was like, damn, Jamaica empty out now. They start put out big articles. The people them gone. They're like, I can't take this no more. My girl Shelly, she left Yasa. 4 years now, she there Canada. They say I buy a big house, she'll build one down here too. She have car down here, she have car Canada too. Me there bata pan bus I got work still. I try and make it. Can't blame people. Can't blame people. Our government needs to fix up. You know? I think that's why Veronica migrated. Somebody asks, what about the athletes who switch sides? Like, how good did they do? Haven't heard from them. Haven't heard from any of them. Yeah, where's Jadon Hibbert? I think there are. I haven't even seen, babe. I haven't even seen or heard from any of them. Them do what? Jadon Hibbert for I had really high hopes for Jadon Hibbert from a school youth. The first time I watched him do the long jump, I was like, who is this kid? He's going. Oh, they cannot compete until they complete the switchover. Wait. So is the Jamaican officials like holding on to them? Them have to put in the paperwork for Jamaica, and then the Jamaican authorities have to accept the paperwork and accept the switch, approve the switch, right? But they said they were gonna fight it though, or they were gonna contest it. That sucks. So in short, they haven't been. That's why we not see them. That's why we didn't see them. So they haven't been able to participate. Kitch said they went to Turkey for Thanksgiving. Yeah, they're getting paid though. They're getting, because they've committed. Either way, I think even if they don't approve, they're on a contract then the contract is going to run out at some point. So they'll just outwait the contract, and then they have to go through the rules, including a waiting period. Exclusive Gems for Busy Mothers said, we are a passionate set of people, so we need to channel our energies into various sports to benefit us financially. And we can do it because we are already from a competitive culture. Like ice skating, like ballet, like gymnastics, like I agree. I always wonder why we just do track and field, like swimming. Yeah, we should have done everything. I think Jamaica needs like a sports complex and develop the youth them for different sports. Basketball, tennis. We would be something to see, because if we're that dominant in track and field, then I'm willing to bet that we would be dominant in everything else that we choose to participate in. Yeah. Good one. Good one. Rock Jamrock says they have to switch over 3 years before they qualify for the Olympics. So they might not make it to the Olympics, the next Olympics. Well, the next Olympics is 3 years away. Because every 4 years, well, no. The last Olympics was in Tokyo. No. No. Babe, when the last Olympics just happened? It wasn't in Tokyo. Tokyo was the pandemic Olympics. Remember, we had an Olympics in the pandemic? That was Tokyo. When there was nobody in the stands. Jamaica has a rifle team. And they're very good shooters. Paris. Thank you. Paris. The Paris Olympics was the last one. Okay, so they have some time. Jamaica has a basketball team now as well. I saw them. Jamaica has Jamaicans in the NBA. And I was surprised to learn how many Jamaicans are in the NBA. One of them went back home the other day and did some camp, Save the Youths initiative, something where he dedicated or where he gave back to his community. I think he was from St. Thomas or something like that. We have a swimmer, and that's one female, right? And she's very good. Can't remember her name either, but I haven't seen her in a while. But we still need more. We don't have teams of these things. We have like one person here and one person there. Why did you say that? Veronica Gale said the Ghetto Olympics. the Ghetto Olympics. Well, if you watch dancehall, you see how them skin out and boom flick and all that, you know, so they would be good if they got some training from a young age, right? Because if them can do all that without all the apparatus or something, them imagine if them get some real training. Rowan Marley is trying to bring football to Jamaica. Wow. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Well, SouFLo, fill you in with something you're saying.
Yeah, my brother.
You see the World Athletic Federation. They have stipulations where you have to must have a 3-year. When you switch from one country to the next one,
right?
You have to wait out that 3 years. That's nothing between Jamaica and Turkey. That's the World Athletic Federation stipulations that.
I thought they had to wait out 3 years to compete in the Olympics, not 3 years to run.
No, you know, it doesn't really matter which one. It doesn't matter. Anything fall under the World Athletic Federation, you have to wait 3 years.
Okay.
Because I think they said they're not guaranteed that they can make it for the
Olympics.
The next Olympics, because you have a cut-off time where all the paperwork have to be done and all the paperwork not done yet.
All the paperwork not done yet because the Jamaican authorities have decided to fight them. They said they want to contest the switch. So that's naturally gonna cause problems. And that's
as far as me concerned, right? As far as me concerned, Jamaica has to get that money. Because after them invest money and produce these athletes, and you want to go somewhere else, the country will lure them to come to give you some money.
Why?
That is how me look on it.
Me not look on it, sir, because them never support the athletes them properly. Them have one athlete that will go win gold Olympics the other day with them. The brother said, yo, is our brother we humble enough. One day I call him and I say, which part of the car practice with that? And he might run late. And the man I say, delivery, he might deliver food. Like, that's how he makes money on the side from his regular
job. Man, that's what the shot put at Rajinja Campbell.
Yes, so I run him around to deliver food before he can go to practice. Because he's not supported financially to where he can take care of himself. Like, me not feel like Jamaica should be paid when them decide so them need to go somewhere else. If they were if them did not take care of them and pay them nice financially, then I would say, yeah, Jamaica needs to be reimbursed for taking that athlete away from us, but not.
Well, my opinion of it, just SouFLo, Jamaica does not have the resources where Turkey have. But there are tangible things that we could have been doing what the government now do at the same time.
Like what?
They could have probably helped them with some, put it in, like some interest-free loan for building house. Things within the budget that we can, because we don't have the money where Turkey have.
We're gonna say the same thing about St. Lucia.
You understand?
Because you see what them do for Alfred.
Yeah.
My girl secured, she's secured for life, you know, off of one Olympics, you know.
Yeah. yeah. But I did call you earlier and I said something to you, you know. Majority of our athletes are poor black people. And the status quo just do enough. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. You see, for all athletes, they come from Constant Spring, Uptown, and them places, so things would have been different. Just like how they treat the reggae music. Don't support it. Because reggae music never come from downtown, come from around Kingston 13 and Trenchtown. Kingston 13 I own a Waterhouse. Where black people and them people come from and them things.
Yeah.
Because they never pass halfway through, go uptown, you don't get no support. And that's how they treat the athlete them too. Yeah. But me think about for the athlete them say, you me say no for myself is racing. Me no figure say forgive me the heritage of Marcus Garvey and a Bob Marley and then great people they for some money. But then to each his own. You understand? To each his own.
Yeah.
So me not go really say why them unpatriotic and thing. Everybody look about secure future, but me wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't switch over if you was
the money where they offer them, because guess what? Since this thing come out, you know.
You say you wouldn't switch over if you was an athlete?
Yeah, me wouldn't do it.
Boy, when somebody like Asafa Powell come tell you say, if him did have it to do all over again, him would have switch and go run for our next country. Asafa Powell said it, and when Asafa said it, it's like the next move was a handful of them just switch.
As far as I'm concerned, this is so for choke up, because so we call him, you know, choke up. If you ever see no so no go say choke up, you want to fight you know. Choke up an idiot.
Bro,
that's why be concerned.
Listen to me.
That's why we look for choke up.
Listen to me.
So we call him choke up.
Hold on there. Listen. One day athletics, you see that athletic life there, it's very short-lived. And one day it's gonna be done. And then when that done for you, then what?
I know. I take that into consideration. See?
Yeah, you done tear up your body, work out yourself, and then you got nothing in return except for you can walk around and brag and say, I won a gold medal for Jamaica, and then that's it.
Yes, I know that so because I don't know if you know this thing. There's this girl, I forgot what her name was. She was a javelin thrower for Jamaica. And when I time in the early 2000s, she was an we would my school there again, man. Around the Hero Circle.
Yeah.
Around the Asel Bag Juice.
Okay. I was thinking you was
talking
about
javelin thrower.
That was out in the streets.
I forgot what her name is.
She went from bag juice selling to out in the streets.
Yeah. So we know say them things they out their brethren. So we know say Jamaica can do. They can do more, but they cannot give nobody 500,000 US where the Turkey give them. But Jamaica people, the association and the government can be doing much more anyhow. You understand?
Yeah.
They can be doing much more anyhow. They treat them for granted to a certain dimension.
Yeah, me not say them for pay them 30,000 US, but you know, okay, and then again, you know what, brother? At the same time, yes, me I said that, pay them that. Because when me look up how much them pay a foreign coach for them can come to Jamaica, I see, that was crazy. That's his monthly salary. Jamaica pay the Reggae Boys football coach, I must say, almost 40,000 or something US dollars every 30 days. That's crazy. And plus him get bonuses, plus him get stipend for spending money on the side, plus him room and board and everything in a nice house where I'm living and taken care of. Yeah.
My brother. I remember you had that conversation. I heard with it. And I went and researched it. You see the 40,000 US a month where Jamaica was paying the Irish coach, the man from Iceland, was Trump change. The man that coached the Irish national team now, and his 600,000 US a year is his salary.
Yeah, but we don't care about that.
You understand?
So
that's what Trump change the man I get.
But here's my argument though. We could have had why we couldn't have with one coach.
because it goes back. If you study our thing, you know,
why
we are just the reign of colonialism, you know, man. You know a guy named Carl Brown? You know a guy named Carl Brown?
Mm-hmm. No,
right.
I don't.
Remember, say Carl Brown carried Jamaica team to the 98 World Cup. And as him was the Brazilian coach get the glory. And I saw an interview with Carl Brown after I moved to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
He said as a national player, right? Mm-hmm. He played under 5 national coaches, 2 Jamaicans, 3 foreigners. He said when they get as player, he was talking from the view of a player now, right? He said under the foreign player, under the foreign coaches, they get all kind of perks. And somehow when the local coach when they have there, they do not get the financial support. So it goes back to a thing me I try to tell you, say, poor black people, because 95% of the footballers again are poor black people.
Right.
Which back
to what I said, they can afford to pay them way better. And if a 30,000 US a month, let it be that, because I see how much them pay the foreigners when them bring the foreigners in. Now I don't care if that foreigner, I don't care if that foreigner makes 600,000 US overseas. Make him go on overseas. Jamaica needs to be at a place, by the way, where our reggae boys need to be coached by a Jamaican.
And they didn't want to pay the Jamaican reggae boys.
Remember when Tipper yeah, them a fight down the man for
yeah, man, I give him $100 a day.
But them feel like, and he is a decorated athlete himself, right? But them not feel like
he scored 2 goals in the 98 World Cup. He scored 2 goals for it.
Team ice is not as cool as their ice. Their ice is cooler. Their white is whiter. Yeah. So him never deserving of that money.
A poor black man, he not come from up on the hills of Constant Spring.
Mm-hmm.
No, something we have to just face up, you know.
Yeah, that may I tell you, that's what I've been saying. I've been saying exactly that. That they can pay them better, and the reason why they don't pay them better, you know, see the player. Look at who they're willing to pay so much money to. And then when it's one of our own, they want to pay the man nothing. They almost want them to do it for free.
Well, you see, the gang say, him say a man is a hazard in his own country, nothing strange. But I would song Bob try to quote the friend. I think a survivor. The song with him, we're the survivors. Is a man is a hazard in his own country.
Yeah, man, it's a typical.
We are classic example of that.
True, but it's even deeper than that. It's even deeper than that. We have the complex that about lighter is better, and you know that's why I say for them ice is cooler, for them whites are whiter. You know what I mean? It does look better pan for them side when you stamp a white face pan black business, I guess. So we need a coach from over there. So, but if you ask me, Jamaica can curate its own coach for its own team. We don't need to fly in a foreigner and pay him way more than we would ever pay any of ours.
But they're not putting the infrastructure because we need good football fields, you know. Right? I live in New Jersey, right? And you can go to most of the high schools football field, right? And the condition is better than the national stadium.
Than our national stadium. Them just make over
the condition are the fields.
Yeah, them just make over our national stadium, the track.
Yeah, so it looks better now. All right. Me going to give you a joke, right? Me have a version up here, right? He have 2 nephews. And they want to go Jamaica to go represent Jamaica in the under-20 World Cup. We lose them to you. Guess how we lose them to you? They might tell me, you know. Them go down go training. When the man them done, is a water hose, then give them to wash off their circuit. You understand? And that me I should tell me.
I saw.
And they told you them say, what kind of thing that so then come back Them come back and go back to the US national program right now, trade with US national team.
All right. So many Bob.
Just to build up a little bathroom at a training facility for the man they can go shower.
See.
You're going to give man of them time a water hose to wash out the sin. And we can do better than that.
Yeah.
And then when they see them go, they know and make good for themselves now. They want them a basket of the glory of it.
All right. That me
yeah.
say. That me say. So pay them
good
and
treat them good.
Pay them good and treat them good and don't get mad when them run away and go do it for somebody else. You know, like I said before, the athletic thing is short-lived and it take a lot of toll on your body. You know, when you're done with that, you know, your hip them not right again, your back problem,
yeah, I know.
your toe them look crisscross, all kind of sitting around with you, you know, after a career in athletics. So now you have to go figure out the rest of your life. And they probably don't even have any. Do they have a pension program for them?
I don't.
I think Babsy Grange them just start to implement one or just did, right? I'm not even sure. I don't want to speak on what I'm not sure of. But yeah, not even that. All right, who just entered the chat? Mini Bob.
What's up so far? How are you?
Good, man. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just about to start my work today.
Okay. So you're joining us on the live. We're skipping through topics. The goal is to be finished about 10:30. We have 2 more topics. I think you came in at the right time. The topics that I wanted to do over the week. Oh, actually, no, because we still haven't talked about the tourists. That 2 tourists have died in Jamaica recently.
Ooh.
Hold on, caller. Hold on. 2 tourists have died in Jamaica recently. So hold off on the calls. We're going to run through these 2 stories real quick. And then we're going to end it with, you know what? I'm not even want to go into the depression something this morning. Let me cut short through the depression stuff. Let's give this about 15 minutes so we can move on past it. Because I don't want to end the morning like this. Let me say it one more time. A brother called in over the weekend or Friday and said that children who were molested are to be blamed. Like if they did not do something to the person who molested them and they grew up to be adults and they're telling their stories, he blames them because they didn't do something to the molester. And he went further and said they should have also done something to themselves. When I say do something to yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the S word that we don't like to use because it affects your algorithm and then they shut your video. Right. Take themselves out too. And take out the person who did something to them. Then I'll respect you. But if you never do that, then that means you did want it and all kind of something like that. So I'll pass by this one more time. We're not going to beat this to death. Just to let you all know that we have people out there who this is their mind frame. And it's sad that these people exist with their mind frame. But a child is never responsible.
Absolutely.
Should never be blamed. Them 2 things that I want you to take away today. A child is never responsible. A child should never be blamed. And the adults out here who something did happen to you when you were a child, some of you are still holding on to stories that you haven't even begun to tell yet. So your healing has not even begun yet because you've just been suppressing stuff. Just know, say, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. And you're not to be blamed. All right? You know, Mini Bob, you did tell us one time, sir, you have your own story to tell and one day you're going to tell it. So I was saying that now that we have this type of a platform, one day when you are ready, you can let us know. It won't be today because I pretty much have today lined out. But one day when you're ready, let me know.
So far. I know you're busy. I would love to come in. I know you're busy. But when you're not busy, like for 10, 15 minutes when you're not on the live, if you can call my phone, so I can tell you the back story because I don't want people to get mad at me. So I need to talk to you one-on-one.
You need to talk to me one-on-one to
Yeah,
see
for the story. For
to
the
see if it's
story.
worth even putting it out there, you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Whenever you have
All right.
time.
If that helps you to move forward, then okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it like that then.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I was telling everybody that 2 tourists passed away in Jamaica recently. I've seen it in the news over here, and I went to go look up what that was about. So one of them was at Sandals Resort, said that a guest experienced a medical emergency while they were participating in a snorkeling excursion. Me not enough snorkeling or none of them thing there, no. So the Jamaican authorities are now investigating the drowning of a 58-year-old American tourist who died while snorkeling in Ocho Rios, St. Anne on Saturday. The deceased is a male and was reportedly from Port Charlotte in Florida, and he was a guest at Sandals Ochi in Ocho Rios. The incident reportedly occurred at about 10 a.m., and he was taken to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital where he was pronounced dead. In a statement on Sunday, Sandals Resort International, which did not name the guest, said that they are deeply saddened by the tragic event, and it's that he experienced a medical emergency while they were snorkeling. In addition, the guest was given immediate medical attention and swiftly transported to a nearby hospital, but the guest unfortunately passed away. Our heartfelt condolences goes out to the family and friends during this difficult time, and they said that we remain committed to providing ongoing support. The Tourism Liaison Office and the St. Anne's Bay Police are currently still investigating that event. So, I don't want nobody feel like say a criminal rob him and kill him at Jamaica or nothing like that. It was I saw an article that says 2 tourists died in Jamaica, two foreigners visiting Jamaica killed. And I thought, oh wow. And then I had to go look it up, right? Thought it was a gunman story, and it wasn't. So I have to be careful how we post for headline them too, and be sure to explain what it is that happened. Casey says, SouFlo, you don't see them, said them going to bring back Sting show this year, December 26th. Well, let's see how that goes. Let me say this. If Sting come back this year and it flop again, well, Sting, yes, if Sting come back this year and it flop again, that might be the ultimate death of Sting. However, I think the people are ready for it, and I think it can happen. Maybe they have to go select a smaller venue. Maybe they have to do more promotion without getting themselves mixed up with the hoopla, the bad vibes. You know, a lot of people were scared to go to Sting, you know, because them feel like a gunshot did have a bus. Them feel like the animosity was there. Given who is attached to it and the sentiment that was. Remember, so when my man they put out a message, he must say something about this a freeway, like he was saying like this a my lane, and Cartel need to go tread on him own lane and don't step in my thing, and people were put off by it. Where you said Donna, Cartel will have to help. Cartel will have to help promote that. Funny, I said years ago that Sting is dead, and the only person who can resurrect it was the same person who killed it.
Damn.
And the person who killed it is Vibes Cartel. I was joking at the time. So what I said was, I said, how about the promoters them link up with their politician friends behind the scenes and advocate for the freedom of Vybz Kartel and the rest of the guys, and then put in a contract somewhere, we'll let you go free, but we need your first performance to be at Sting. Now, this was me just wishful thinking or just speaking off the cuff, right? But at the same time, if he doesn't help Sting, Sting is dead. And it can't resurrect unless him resurrect it. I remember Kartel said, we'll get ready to have our own show, you know, our own concert and thing. And I bet you say when we have our something, nobody else can have for them on the same day or at the same time. Because everybody is going to be at Cartels and Friends. You know, that's how he was talking before he got locked up. So he had it in his mind already. The same Freedom Street concept that you see now, he verbally, he put that out there before, that was in the making. And there were a lot of people who were shaking in their boots and who were saying he was going to lock down the scene and we weren't going to be able to move forward or be successful again at doing our thing. And him go prison. And him tell people not to go over there. And nobody not go over there no more. And it flop. And then it flop again. And then it closed down. And then I remember Nuffy saying, this year, the boss says so. So me I say what the boss said. And if the boss says so, I saw. And I said Nuffy, it not keep. And at last minute, they came out and told the people it's not keeping. And this is not the first time they canceled Sting at last minute. This is the second time it's been canceled at last minute. Because that year they went Nuffy said to keep, and then me I tell everybody say, no, keep. Watch and see. It didn't keep. So the people them tired of it. And then the gimmicks is not gonna work either. Sting is gonna have to do a couple of things. They have to go pay the artists them properly. They're gonna also have to put together a good lineup without, I mean, the theatrics could be entertaining, but that can't be headline. What was the headline? Who did they have for the headline again? The two women them. Where are they now? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, good morning.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm alright. You know, so me have you up.
You have me up for what me do?
Yeah, man, me have you up, man. Me call you this morning and I answer, but me I gonna put you down back. Hear me now.
Yeah.
Hey, then what? Then what?
No, you put me down back, so me not say nothing.
All right.
All right.
SouFLo, if Sting I will come back, a Kartel have to promote that. Listen to me now. Listen to me now, SouFLo. Leng this whole heap of man and think it nice. See? And him still owe the man them.
That's what I've heard.
No, but him a go on like say him a bigger dog more than anybody else. Enough people in disrespect and him no know say artist build Sting. And him alone build Sting, artist build Sting. Especially my DJ Vybz Kartel.
Me hear say some badness a run over there, no, like a bully kind of thing.
Yes.
Me hear say.
Bully people.
Yeah, me hear say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Sting I will come back, listen to me now. Just make Kartel promote the thing for you. Just put on the differences aside and tell the boss to help you do the promotion. He will.
You think so?
Yes. Remember, so Kartel do input in our music. He don't care who not like it, he still a show love. So he remember and show lend the love.
Show love no mean say man we promote your thing for your friend.
Yes.
No.
SouFLo take out your money. And me take out mine. He say me know say Kartel we help him promote it. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, you're not going to know everything until it happens. Ask him. It doesn't hurt to ask.
You really think so? Yeah. You really think so him would have done that?
I really, really think he would. Yes, SouFLo.
Boy.
Yeah.
All right.
I was calling you, you declined me, but me not have a problem. You know why? You can't answer all the while. Big up to the Turbo Twin, the one who win.
All right, I'm glad to say,
Yeah.
manners and respect. See?
Best of yourself. Have a nice day.
All right, you too. All right. I don't know why disappearing messages on. All right. I don't think so. Me don't think the cartel would. I don't think. Who in here thinks that if Mr. Leng said to Vibes Cartel help him promote Sting, say him would do it? Let me see a raise of hands. Who in here think he put a 1 on the screen?
He would not do it.
That alone says FIFA dancer left that alone. SD was said me not think so. I don't think so. You know when some people do you wrong, it's like, and it's a level of disrespect where you can't get over, and it's like, I don't wish bad for you, but I just would never mess with you in any kind of way again. You just stay over this. So yeah, me not care who like me or not like me. I go and show love, but don't. You have to love some people from a distance, and then some people you have to go on about your business. You know, I think that's what that's gonna be. I don't think. What is the benefit to him, right, Mr. Dunbar? Wait there. Friends say, Lord Jesus, Jerome, not easy, you know. When Jerome say, which part Jerome there? Where's Jerome? Kaz was here, but me put Kaz on the screen and Kaz never show up. Where's Jerome at? That's what I want to know. What is the benefit to him?
Do you think Sting can come back if they can have all the Marlies perform?
I think Sting could come back if. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the context, right? Assuming I do not know the intricate details of people's business, if all monies that were owed from back in that time are paid forward, plus a lump sum is paid upfront now of what that artist is worth today, then Sting can, then I think maybe as a business decision. But remember, Vybz Kartel has Freedom Street now, and Freedom Street is not one time of the one time it happened. It's an annual event now, according to last time I heard. It wasn't going to be an annual event now. So I don't think he's going to promote Sting. That's going to happen 6 days from his own concert.
No, he would not.
He'll be in promotion mode for his own concert.
Yep.
Right. I mean, 2 million US upfront might do something. Might shake. A little 2 million US upfront. I don't think it's impossible. Him get paid $1 million frequently now per show. Plus, me here said them owe the man whole heap of money over there. So to make good, here is the $500,000 I owed you. Here is something on top of that, you know, just for good blood's sake. And then here is how much you are worth today for this particular event. A little 2 million US, which them probably can't come up with. Sting need Ninja Man, Ferran. What you say, Charlotte? Charlotte's law says maybe if the money right. That's what I'm saying. Maybe if the money right. Or maybe Cartel can forgive that what was owed. If he's owed nothing. Me not talk like me know the people in business. If he's owed anything, you know what? Let bygones be bygones. Let's move on from here. My fee is $1 million US and I want it upfront. If you pay me upfront, me do some promo for you. If not, we'll keep it our separate ways and no big deal, no hard feelings. If something like that might work. Might work. I'm over here negotiating like I'm Vybz Kartel's agent. Kartel not doing it. Wait. Casey said Kartel is not doing it. Leng don't have that type of money. You think Kartel will work for free or for small money? No, he's not. But Bobsy Grange said that they are looking into the government partnering with Sting, because Sting is like a staple in our culture, and we can't just make it disappear just so. So they are looking at being major stakeholders in it. Now, the money might be, they might find the money then. Because you know the government have a whole heap of money put on. So they might find the money then and invest it in Sting just to keep Sting afloat and keep it going. And then as they make their money back, then them pay back the government. Yeah. What would resurrect Sting would be, but you see, I like that idea right there. Rashawn Walker says he would have to get Cartel and Movado, and that's a big number. Now, if Cartel and Movado clash pan Sting again, I'm not talking about no new clash. I'm talking about relive the old clash where them clash already. Every man go relearn them songs. In the interval it was done and relive that clash there. Trust me, people would fly in to Jamaica like how they flew in for Freedom Street. But that is something that they wouldn't be giving out to no Len. They wouldn't give that to Len. That's in the future that's in the bag in the future for Movado and Cartel. Somebody said the other day, Cartel is just getting a hype now because he was in prison for how many years and the people didn't see him. So everybody is excited to see him, but he's going to get one round. And after that one round is done, nobody is going to want to see him again. And I said, you're tripping. You must be tripping. The man, you know, say 3 times him to Barkley already. But with that out the way and that said, right, there are other tricks in the bag that haven't been pulled out yet. Like Cartel and Movado are them link, them a good friend. So wouldn't be surprised to see a show that has Bounty Killer on it with Movado and Vibes Cartel, or Vibes Cartel and Movado can actually take that clash on the road, and that would be a full set show for itself. And people would pay to go to that. So there are many other tricks in the bag that haven't been exploited yet. Pablo Blanco says, yeah, Amari and Queenie. Nikki C says, after Amari and Queenie, be done with Sting. Done. And that was headline. A headline of that, you know. I was so embarrassed. I did have second-hand embarrassment. What am they now? Anybody seen Queenie lately? Anybody seen Amari lately? They don't have no new songs out. Are they touring the Madoa? Wait there, which part I'll do it there? No. We need union. We need union for dancehall and reggae artists. They need some security for retirement and health benefits, which I think they're making up now. Or if they haven't implemented that already, they're getting close to it. I don't think Cartel have a Sting that can make him more than Sting can pay him. Yeah, I don't think Cartel have a Sting that can make him more than. I don't know what that mean, bro. But wait, me ask where he's doing. Donna Thompson say he's living his worst life. Why you say that? You say worst life or best life, you mean? Do with their Hartford, Connecticut to live life. Yeah. You're right though. Amari has baby problems and Queenie packed Jamaica in a suitcase for England. Amari have baby problems. The last time I see Amari, I see one big belly. And you know the belly looked real. Cause the belly they have like the split down the middle. You know when woman pregnant and they have that like that the line that goes down the middle of the pregnant belly. I don't know if it was a prosthetic what she put on if it look like she pregnant or what. Anyhow, I wish all of them the best. We don't want to talk bad about no. Nobody can. You know them well seasoned already for cuss. SouFlo said, type back your comment. What Jerome did say? Friends, what did Jerome say? Because Jerome always says some slickness. All right, let's get into this one right now. So. Rockstar, stop, tell lie. Jerome said, Rockstar, stop, tell lie. Amari have baby problems. Donna Thompson said because he's not with Queenie. Oh, me missed the jokes. Oh, okay. Them not hot again. Philly Yard Vibe says that 40,000 per month is pretty close to the 600,000 per year. So it is comparable at SouFlo. I get that. And my thing about that 40,000 per month that they were paying him is how little they were willing to pay their own Jamaican though. Because Tipper did say he want to coach them, and they were thinking about putting him in that position to do it. But the amount that they offered him was like peanuts, man. But then, you know, white guy flying from overseas, 40K a month. And I asked why, and they said because he's proven himself already on the world stage, which no make no sense to me. Lord have mercy upon. Good luck to Sting though. Good luck to Sting. May I get into this last story? So, a British tourist was killed in an ATV accident in Jamaica, and the family is calling for justice. This one just happened. On Thursday, the 28th of August, 2025, our beloved husband, father, brother, friend, Anthony Hamilton, who was 64 years old, a British national from the United Kingdom, tragically lost his life while he was in Jamaica on an ATV excursion in Ocho, Jamaica. His wife, Sandra Hamilton, was badly injured in the same incident. Now, this was not a road traffic accident, as inaccurately reported in sections of the Jamaican press. And the family put this out, you know. This was not a road accident or traffic accident, as inaccurately reported by the Jamaican press. This was a catastrophic failure of safety standards, emergency response, and duty of care by multiple parties, most notably Blue Mountain Tours, the paramedics, St. Anne's Police, and the Royalton Negril Hotel. Here is what happened. I see the ATV, it slid down a gully, it broke up in pieces. So Mr. Hamilton was one of a family group of 12 on an ATV tour that was organized and operated by Blue Adventure Tours Ocho Rios. Only 3 of the 12 had any prior experience driving ATVs. Despite this, all participants were encouraged to join without licensing and without training. Shockingly, the incident happened within the first 5 minutes of the excursion. The tour began by forcing a group of mostly first-time riders to drive ATVs up a steep cliffside pathway while traffic came down in the opposite direction. In hindsight, this was an utterly reckless choice of route. A flat, open field would have been the only safe environment for beginners on ATVs. So within minutes of starting, eyewitnesses heard Mr. Hamilton shout that the brakes are not working, the brakes are not working, before he and his wife went over a 60-meter fall over a cliff. The family believes a mechanical brake failure on the ATV was the root cause of this crash. Yet the St. Anne's Police failed to investigate or even recover the ATV that was involved. The ATV is still down there. Blue Adventure Tours provided no meaningful safety briefing, no medical support, and had no trained or first aid personnel available. Their first aid kit contained only plasters and antiseptic wipes. The manager of Blue Adventure Tours identified himself only as Audi. To this day, the family is not certain if this is his real name or not, which raises further concerns about the transparency and the accountability of the company. Here are the failures that cost a life. The failures following the incident were as shocking as the incident itself. Blue Adventure Tours staff failed to assist at the scene beyond removing the crashed ATV. Not once did the company reach out to the Hamilton family, visit the hospital, or even offer condolences after Anthony's death. The paramedics were catastrophically unprepared. The defibrillator that they came with did not work. The oxygen mask was outdated, could not be used. The monitoring equipment kept falling off, and Anthony was not secured properly, falling from the stretcher multiple times when they were trying to rescue him. In desperation, paramedics asked family members to perform CPR on him instead. Uno see, when I talk about the hospital itself was ill-equipped, dirty, unprepared. Staff were unaware the ambulance was coming, and equipment was old and rusty. Anthony's body was later left in a janitor's room overnight, where his daughter sat on the floor beside him while the cleaners went in and out of the room collecting supplies to clean the rest of the building. Sandra Hamilton, who was herself injured, was left in extreme pain. Despite telling the doctors of her pain and that her pain was a 9 out of a 10, she was not given any pain relief. She was forced to sleep in a ripped, dirty cloth from the accident that was offered no basic items such as nightwear, not a toothbrush, not a bar of soap. When she asked a nurse, told her that she would need to provide those things for herself. This is an accident that caused a British couple, the wife injured, the husband dead, a four-wheeler excursion. They went on 5 minutes into the excursion. The family says the brakes failed. Their dad was shouting out, "The brakes aren't working!" Couldn't stop the ATV over 60 meters drop over a cliff. These are all the things that the family documented. Imagine emergency medical services personnel is there on the scene and they ask the family members to perform CPR. When you see what I did I talk about earlier though? Y'all see what I was talking about earlier when I said this should be like mandatory, work it into the school curriculums. Anybody who works in certain fields need to be properly trained and certified. You see this? Wow. Failures of the police. Perhaps most disgusting of all has been the conduct of St. Anne's police. This is from the family. This what I'm reading here is their account. They said perhaps most disgusting of all has been the conduct of the St. Anne's police. So despite eyewitness statements that Mr. Hamilton shouted that the brakes don't work, the police have not investigated the ATV or its condition. The vehicle was not even recovered from where it went over the cliff. It's still down there. The family provided the police with the name and the contacts of the Blue Adventure Tours manager, known only as Audi, because he won't tell anybody his full name, yet no meaningful actions have been taken. Local media reports sourced from the police falsely described the incident as a motorbike crash on a public road, which was completely untrue. Even now, Sandra Hamilton, grieving and back in the UK, her husband is dead, and she is facing unnecessary obstacles from the St. Anne police to attend the post-mortem and identify her husband's body, which remains in Jamaica still. Ross. The family has reasons to believe that the Blue Adventure Tour is not properly regulated and that the police may be colluding with the company to cover up their negligence. Abandonment by the hotel. Adding further insult to tragedy, the Royal Ten Negril Hotel, where the Hamiltons were staying, has shown no compassion or support. The staff who recommended Blue Adventure tours have refused to accept any responsibility. Neither the hotel nor the tour operators offered condolences, visited Mistress Hamilton in the hospital, or even showed the slightest empathy. Their only concern appeared to be whether the family intended to implicate the hotel or not. Do you plan to sue us? You gonna put we in this? We never do nothing, you know. One of the employees at the hotel told them this is the best tour for you to go on. And they went, and one of them died. You know, I'm glad, and I hope Shakira is watching this, because she's like super adventurous. I'm not. And the last time we were in St. Anne, this is exactly one of the things that what she want to do. She want to ride ATV. She want to go on horseback. Me no want no horse run with me. And I definitely won't be on no ATV going through no rugged terrain. They're calling for justice. They said that this tragedy should never have happened. Anthony Hamilton was alive when family members carried him into that ambulance. He died because of negligence. He died because of incompetence. And he died because of failures at every level. When they picked him up from the scene and brought him into the ambulance after falling off the stretcher how many times, he was still alive. He died. We, the family, demand, the end of the letter says, we demand an immediate independent investigation into Blue Adventure Tours and their operations. You, the family, is in the UK. You, the family, demand, and your demands are not going to be met. You, the family, will have to pay for your own independent investigation into Blue Adventure Tours and their operations. I'm just telling you the truth. They are demanding accountability from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, St. Anne Police for their mishandling of evidence, their misreporting, and their failure to investigate mechanical failures as a cause. Good luck with that. They're demanding a full inquiry into Jamaica's emergency response and hospital conditions, which remain dangerously inadequate for both locals and tourists. Oh, now everybody knows that it is dangerously inadequate for locals. I don't want to throw salt in the wound, so I'm not going to say much. But to the rest of the people, this is the same way how when it happens to you or one of your own is when everybody is ready to get on board, right? I'm telling y'all. And they are demanding international attention from UK authorities to ensure Anthony Hamilton's death is not swept aside and that his wife and his family receive justice and support. This is not just about Mr. Anthony Hamilton. This is about preventing other families from enduring the same horrors. We will not rest until the truth is told, responsibility is taken, and changes are made. Signed, the family of Anthony Hamilton. Boy. You see, Charlotte's Law says lack of proper healthcare system is the drawback for many who would want to move back home. Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember Etana, they beat Etana for this, but Etana said, well, they beat her because she said she was going to vote for Trump. But they did beat her for this. Them said, well, tell her foreign, don't come back down here. After we don't miss you around here. All she said was, if you were in the hills, in your home, your beautiful home, you're enjoying Jamaica, and you suddenly had a stroke, how quick would medical attention get to you? Will you be okay? And she found that the answer for that is she would not be okay. So therefore, she's not ready to move back to Jamaica yet. I will tell her, if sister, man, they beat her down for that. They beat her down for that. Philly Yardy Vibes, I appreciate you. Thank you. Philly Yardy Vibes says that is why they voted for, that is what they voted for, to retain that status quo. Why? That's terrible. Again, the only thing I can do from here is remind most of you that when you go on vacation, a lot of you in here travel pretty frequently between Jamaica and here. Some of you get super adventurous when you go. Make sure you have insurance coverage. When you go traveling, when you buy your ticket, them ask you if you want to buy insurance as well. That's not the insurance I'm talking about. That insurance right there covers your bags. That insurance right there might cover if you get physically injured up to a small amount. I'm talking about make sure you have medical coverage, like you can be medevac out. It costs a little extra, but it's something you should invest in. I'm Jamaican fully, but when I'm going to Jamaica with my family, I make sure that we have, each individual is covered under a plan that if something like this should happen, God forbid, that we will be medevac out to the closest hospital to our residents here where we can get proper care. It's super expensive to get medevac out. So I'm telling y'all right now, you never know what can happen, right? And I would hate for you to be in a situation where your family member could have been saved because they were injured, but then they went to a subpar medical facility where further negligence led to death. Yeah. That's all we can say. Larry B. That's all. No, there's traveler's insurance, but this is a different insurance. There is traveler's insurance, then there is special medevac insurance, where they will medevac you, fly you out, stabilize you, and fly you out to close to your home. That's a different insurance. You need to specifically type in Google for medevac insurance. Right. Well, with that said, that's that for us for this morning. I was supposed to finish at 10. I'm finishing at 10:28, almost 10:30. Wanted to leave it on that note this morning, though, just so everybody is aware. All right. Somebody said travel at your own risk. Travel at your own risk is right. Alwyn says, and she was speaking the truth, and now see that. I bit them in there. Because a lot of people curse her when she said it. A lot of people curse her when she said it. Travel at your own risk. It's always traveling at your own risk. It's always risky. I mean, anything can happen. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for the time, Rambo.
Yeah.
This is what I want to ask you quick. You see both Asafa Powell, Kelly, Merlin, Bullet, go way back to Sarah, that first lady who got the first Olympics, the female lady. Who coaches those ladies?
You have a speaker or Bluetooth?
Okay, I have a speaker. Me have the other phone coach wife to make a feedback. I don't.
All right, your phone always a fight you. So we're gonna work with it. You say who coached them?
Yes.
They were coached by different people. Different people. I know Coach Glenn Mills, Coach Usain.
The point I want to make, no one you say Jamaican. That's what it. Elaborate, fun. Bye-bye.
All right. Oh, okay. I get it. We're gonna pick up where we left off on our next video. But the point she was trying to make just now is a good point. She called out all the greats, or a handful of the greats, and she said who coached them. Because they have a thing in Jamaica where they're like, we can't get coached by Jamaicans because the foreign coach is worth the money, 40,000 a month salary, with all other type of stipend, because they have the international exposure and the experience, and they can take us to heights of greatness. And I always said, we can do that with our own. And we have to cultivate our own, coach them, and then let these coaches go through their losses until they win. And then they become valuable, right? She made a good point. She said, who? Usain Bolt, Shirley Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, Ross, Safa Powell, all of them. Who coached them? Jamaicans. Exactly the point. We can be great. Anyway, we're gonna leave it as this morning. You know, you have one set of Jamaicans who feel like say foreign people is everything and our people are nothing. So them can pay them 40,000 a month, but we must get $1,500 a month, which is around what they were actually trying to pay the brother. Slap in his face and a big disrespect. Coupon them too. We're gonna leave it right as this morning. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. I appreciate you greatly, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace. Oh, no, we can't leave like that. My granny, Miss Ruby, the right us up. Miss Ruby said to be good. She said, if you can't be good, you must be careful, but it's best to be good. And my grandfather, Mas Clevey, is right here. This is how I pay homage to these two people here. I can't close my life without acknowledging them. My grandfather, Mas Clevey, said, and he always said this to people when they were leaving, him say, I will see you tomorrow, if God spare my life. All right? With that said, have a wonderful day. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow, if God spare life. Walk good. I'm out. Peace.